Com, brought to you by Patrick Eads and his staff at Deary Brothers Ford on Mormon Trek. Steve Anderson, Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Mike's E-Keys for cars. GT Car and his great crew at Supple's Building and Remodeling. Also, Supple's Flowers, home of 1-800-800-ROSE. The Midtown Family Restaurants. Harty and Stocker Jewelers, 101. South Dubuque Street, downtown Iowa City. Premier Automotive in North Liberty. The Ox Yoke Inn in the Amanas. Streets Maintenance. And Dr. Lance Forbes, Diamond Dental in Cedar Rapids. Here's Tom Suter.
Yeah.
Pat Harty from HawkFanatic.com.
Yeah. Pat is here. He's warm now, ready to go.
It's toasty in here.
Yeah.
A game.
Is it? I've been cold.
No, it's toasty in here.
Okay.
Feels good.
Well, it's 72.
What is it outside?
28.
Okay, yeah, a little cold. Yeah. It was weird. I was driving. I was staring right into the sun. Driving on through the sun was just right.
I don't know how Lang operates in here with this shade open because the sun is right.
And it's out. I mean,
Maybe he likes that.
Why? You can't see anything.
It's bright and shiny and happy.
All I'm seeing is like.
That's an REM song.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
It's a good one, too.
No, I didn't like it. Shiny, happy people.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
not bad.
Kind of stupid. Not one of their better ones.
I got up today with one of the worst songs in history in my head. And why would it be there?
What?
Well, I was just thinking of a line from a song popped into my head, and I couldn't remember what it was. So it was, so please play for me a sad melody. Do you remember that line?
Yeah, but I don't remember what it is.
Right. It's one of the worst songs ever. B.J. Thomas, Somebody Done Somebody Wrong.
Hey, with somebody done somebody wrong. God.
Now, why would that be in my head?
I don't know.
Did you, maybe something you saw on TV?
Boy, I don't think so.
You were watching like a 70s variety show?
No, we were watching a PBS World on Fire World War II series. So, no, there's no.
Now I got it in my head.
I see the only song I liked really of his was So Lonesome I Could Cry. He does that well.
I'd have to hear it.
Not
you didn't like Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head?
No.
Okay.
No, I liked the movie.
Yeah, the movie was great.
Yeah. I didn't like the movie.
It was in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yeah.
Was that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
I thought there was maybe a movie called Raindrops Are Falling on My Head.
No.
But yeah, no, I thought it worked in the movie, but dreadful
that
song.
song came up all the time when we were on the landing.
Is he still alive?
In the building there where raindrops were falling.
B.J. Thomas?
I think he's
Is that
still
his name?
alive, isn't he?
I don't think so.
Hi, B.J. Thomas or Eddie Rabbitt? Who you going
Eddie
with?
Rabbitt's dead.
I know he's dead, but, who you picking music-wise?
Do I have to?
Well, that or I guess you could join
Eddie Rabbitt he appeared in Muscatine at the.
The other option would be joining Eddie Rabbitt in death. How about that?
No, let's not do that.
So B.J. Thomas or Eddie Rabbitt?
B.J. Thomas.
Eddie loved A Rainy Night, right?
Yeah.
That was another
You're
song.
A closet. You really are a closet.
Well, I mean, it was a pretty popular. Wasn't that a pretty popular song?
Yes, and I hated
love
that.
A Rainy Night. Yeah, it's on all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I
B.J.
live in.
Thomas is dead.
It's not like I live in a cave. I'm not Aaron Rodgers.
God.
When did B.J. Thomas die?
In 2021.
Okay,
He
so
was 78.
how about BJ and the Bear? Remember that show?
Yeah, with Greg Evagun.
I didn't watch it.
Well, he had a monkey, and they drove a truck.
And they called the monkey Bear, right?
Yeah.
It would have been better if it would have been a big, huge bear. Just
See, I guess I thought it was a bear.
It wasn't. It was the monkey.
All right.
Of course.
People like monkeys. Hello.
Are you guys going to turn on the YouTube this morning?
Did you turn it on?
It says it's streaming.
Oh, I can't find it.
Jim? Did you put the other...
It says it's streaming.
So that means we can sing and play Led Zeppelin songs.
Sing and dance.
Sing and dance.
And play Led Zeppelin songs.
A little soft shit to
outdoors.
start your
Sorry,
day.
but it's on. I'm getting it.
Huh. I see Wednesday, but I don't see today.
No, well, refresh or something because it's here.
Oh, I found it.
All right.
Wow.
Now you're going to be part of the greatest show ever.
Yeah, you won't believe.
But we can't hear Led Zeppelin songs.
We can't hear Led Zeppelin songs anyway.
I know.
So Back to the Hawks.
I like requesting Led Zeppelin songs to Molly. Every time I do it, she thinks I'm serious.
I don't know that Molly's too hip on Led Zeppelin.
Well, they violate the code of the station.
Yeah,
So
they violate everything that the station
stands for. What do you think Robert Plant would say to that? All right. Yeah, back to the Hawks. We were talking about the. Yeah, okay, Tom. You've probably followed it close. The Ty Thompson It's like the song by the Clash. Will he stay? Come or go?
Yeah. Well, basically, right. What I have seen, this was on Facebook, and then what I saw on Facebook, I went over to see if Kakert had anything.
Well, usually those three entities all have about the same stuff.
Exactly.
This was weird, though. Only Sean from 247 had something when I first was made aware of it.
And then Elliot from Go Iowa Awesome. You know, he's the one.
I just say rivals.
He's the first guy who said, "Well, the visit is off now."
Okay, so
I don't know.
What do you think, Captain?
I have no idea.
I'd say it's off.
Okay.
He is a former 5-star quarterback played at Oregon the last 2 years, or played
problem
sparingly.
is he played sparingly. That's why. I mean,
Right.
I'm sure the Dylan Gabriel thing. He's like, I'm out of here.
Exactly.
Because they recruited over him, and that's concerning. But I guess if you're Iowa, I mean, you'd take a 5-star at any stage right now. I mean, but what does this do with Cade? I mean, Cade McNamara is not coming back to play behind somebody, and this kid ain't coming here if he comes here to play behind Cade McNamara.
I would like to think that neither of them would be afraid of competition.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, why would either one of them want to put themselves in this situation?
Fair enough.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's a good question.
Because I'm under the assumption that when McNamara announced, they're like, okay, we're set for next year. I guess you never say never, but but now that it looks like this kid's not visiting now, that's the latest. I mean, so who knows? Who knows? I couldn't read the story on 247 by Sean because I don't subscribe. I'm not a VIP. I think that's what they call it. But it had stuff. What does Iowa have going for it? What when they bullet?
Yeah.
So he must have had an extent. I don't know if he talked to the kid or if he talked to a coach. You never, without reading it, I don't know if he had direct access to the kid.
Well, you said it before we went on the air that he had liked Iowa back when he was being recruited.
I do remember him. I remember Rob taking a photo of him at an Iowa game.
Yes.
He visited.
He did visit. He did like Iowa, but he chose Oregon over Iowa, okay, got it.
Yeah, and where's he from? I know his mom, you said, is from Iowa.
Yes.
That's the connection.
Yes.
But he's not from this region of the country, is he?
I do not think
I thought he was from California.
Could be. I don't know.
But, yeah, he's leaving Oregon because he's not playing. And that's what the portal's for. I mean,
okay, I love Cade. Love that he's here.
But he's damaged goods right now.
He's damaged goods. He hasn't completed a season since he won since 2021.
2021, yeah.
That's a long time ago.
He's been out for, and he's had 2 serious lower leg knee injuries.
That's right.
So, but I just think they're throwing all their eggs in his basket, or he wouldn't have announced from the he announced his decision. We all knew he was coming back, or we figured he was, but he did that from his hospital bed shortly after the surgery.
Okay. No, you're right. So if you're the Iowa coaching staff, you have to be thinking, I love Cade. He's a great leader. Couldn't be happier to have him.
But if we got a 5-star who's interested.
And what if Cade gets hurt again?
True. And you got to get this 5-star stuff out of your. I mean, he was a 5-star 2
years ago.
At some point, it means nothing if you're not producing at the college level. I mean, but it's still good for copy, good for, I get that. But, it'll be interesting because assuming everyone was going to come back, they would have Cade, Deacon, Marco. They'd have 4 quarterbacks on scholarship next year. They have 4 quarterbacks, assuming they all come back. That's a decent amount. That's a decent amount of quarterbacks to have on scholarship.
Well, from sheer numbers, it is. But look, then who do we have that we really know that much about that we have a whole lot of faith in?
Well, nobody. But that's Iowa's fault. Exactly. And why would you have any more faith in this kid from Oregon? He hasn't done anything in college.
Hasn't done much.
He has not been their quarterback.
No.
And obviously by them going to get Dylan Gabriel, granted he's a proven. they wouldn't have done that if they had faith in the quarterbacks they had there.
If they thought Ty Thompson.
So I mean,
he's our guy.
you can throw red flags up about the 4 coming back for Iowa. Now I will say McNamara is distinguished from all of them, and when healthy, granted with Michigan's players, he was pretty good. I mean, he wasn't first team All Big Ten, but he threw for 2,500 yards. He was more than a game manager. He was an effective quarterback. He could move the pocket, but that was with the best offensive line in college football and a roster filled with future NFL players.
Yes,
he does have a decent amount of NFL players here on this Iowa, but the teams you can't even compare them. They're night and day. So no, the jury's out on everybody. I mean,
well, it is. So I mean,
But now that you say, so did Elliott have a story that he's not coming, or just an update?
I don't subscribe to that. It came up in a discussion where it said now Elliott, what's his last name,
Kluger,
however you pronounce it. But Elliott is now saying that the visit is off.
Okay.
And who knows?
Well, Captain said the same thing.
Yeah.
So I know Captain's got his recruiting sources. I mean, you're going directly. You're going directly to Kirk, right?
I'm talking to everybody.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, you got all the Lemming, you got all the networks calling you. 247. What else? 247 Rivals and On 3. Which one do you prefer? 247 Rivals or On 3?
Which one's the one where they just rip the hell out of everybody?
All of them have message boards that do that. They all have a private message.
They do.
Where they just feed and attack.
And I think On 3 has the most ADD group of people
Well, they're the same ones that were Rivals from 20 years ago, right?
Yes.
Almost 25 years ago.
But you have people getting in fights all the time. And going, say you're in a thread about the offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
They end up fighting about Deacon Hill, Pork Chop Hill, or Hamburger Hill.
Well, I would like that one if it didn't bring back memories of a horrible.
Chat room, it's 24/7, not 247. What's the difference?
I always hear people.
Is there a slash?
I always hear people call it 247
Is there a
Sports.
slash in it? I don't
Everyone,
think there is.
everyone that I work, they all call it 247 Sports. They never say 24/7 Sports.
I call it 247.
247
I've
Sports.
never heard it called 24/7.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it has a slash in it.
It's 247 Sports based on the people that work there. That's how they call themselves. So tell the chat.
If it has a slash between the 4 and the 7, then it would be 24/7.
Well, I don't know where the slash is. All I'm saying is when people refer to it for the last 10 years,
I agree
it's
with you.
247 Sports.
Yeah, there is no slash.
Right.
It's 247
Right.
Sports.
So tell the chat room's wrong.
Yeah. 247 slash.
So we're getting misinformation from the chat room.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Ban him.
Thanks for your misinformation, bud.
Just
Throw 'em out.
just throw him out.
Throw 'em out.
But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I mean it's going to be an interesting situation at quarterback because, like what we just said, they if that kid came here, they could have 5 quarterbacks on scholarship next year, which that's not going to happen.
And possible that none of them can do the job.
Well, the other thing too, let's say this kid did just come here and just fell in love with his place and commits. You think Lyonnaise will stick around? I mean,
well, this kid would have 2 years.
Well, he's only been he'd have 3 if he did. Has he played 2 full seasons?
Yes.
He hasn't played much though. Bo Nix has been their quarterback for. He's played in mop-up duty.
He's played mop-up duty.
My guess is, did they play him more than 4 games one of those years so they could preserve a red shirt?
From what I've seen, he's got 2 years to play.
So he must have played more than 4 games in mop-up.
Must have.
In mop-up duty.
Must have.
And where have you seen this? It could be wrong too. I'd be surprised if he didn't have 3 years.
I think that's what Kakert said, but I could be wrong.
But I mean, I would be surprised if because, like I said, it's been Bo Nix at Oregon. I mean.
2 years.
2 years. And other than that, it's been mop-up duty for the other quarterbacks.
And they had another quarterback before him that
this kid was
played
third.
behind.
Wasn't this kid third team?
Yes.
That's why I say I'm surprised that he would have played in more than 4 games. Oregon does beat a lot of teams badly, though. I mean, they do.
Well, they do.
And we're so used to seeing a coach stick with one quarterback. But 2
anyway,
or 3 years either way. But I'm sure that would not. But Marco Lyonnaise is also going to understand that it's a team, it's a business. If you got somebody that wants to come in and you got to consider it. I'm just at some point though you take what you have. I mean, 4 quarterbacks already on scholarship. I'm assuming they all come back. Who knows? Maybe Deacon. I mean, who knows? Maybe Deacon Hill will leave. I mean,
because Kirk typically doesn't show people the door, right?
Not well.
I mean, he could say, "Look, Deacon,
thanks
for everything."
Well, like a Cody Sokol. I think Cody Sokol was one of those. I don't know if he left bitter. Nick Shemanek, quarterbacks have left here when they knew they weren't going to play. I mean, Cody Sokol ended up going down to,
and he was good.
Yeah, it was a lesser level. It was. Who was
So one of the Texas teams?
I can't remember where. I thought it was a Louisiana team.
That could be. I can't
Louisiana
remember.
Lafayette or whatever. And then Nick Shemanek went to Texas Tech and actually played. He was not bad. And of course you had Kirk. Quarterbacks leave here. I mean, Jake Rudock, Matt Bonet. I can go way back. He transferred. A lot of quarterbacks have left here looking for playing time.
Joey Labus,
Joe
Deuce
Labus,
Hogan.
yeah, Deuce Hogan. There's tons of them.
Tons of them.
So I mean, Kirk's no different in that regard. I mean, he's kids who see themselves not playing, they're going to leave.
Yeah. Chat room was very upset that the mic was covering up Pat's face.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that's kind of creepy. What's going on in that chat room?
They wanted to see you.
Hope that log never comes out.
All I can say is I'd thin the herd if I were you.
Well, I'm not.
I'd just start banning people.
I'm not going to ban. He's a nice
We're kidding.
guy.
We're just kidding.
So did the guy who had the sports website name wrong? Has he apologized or anything?
He just said, okay, then. My bad.
Okay, just so he knows he was wrong, and
Good.
we don't tolerate misinformation
Well,
on
you
this
could
show.
also call it 247 Sports. I mean,
Yes, you
know,
could.
it's like I will say some woman called me up on Saturday, or not on Saturday, on Christmas Day, and said, why do you say live and local 365? What is 365 about?
That's 365 days a year, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Well, she didn't
She was
know.
confused by that?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
How about please call?
police calls great.
I still just laugh at that anytime I. And I did find out the origin of it, and I was right. It was Rob. He came up with that little phrase, and he was making fun of himself too, because he was part of the show then. You know, but hey, I mean, how many calls have we had so far?
Yeah.
Might as well
Today
call.
we had one.
Might as well call us the Grim Class.
Yeah.
I mean,
We had one call.
Yeah, those lines aren't exactly.
They're not. They're
Not exactly
singing.
ringing, Captain. What's the reason? Is it me?
I think
The moment I got here, they just stopped calling.
they're listening to the voice of authority
Right now?
when you're speaking.
Oh yeah,
When you're speaking, that's yeah.
I thought you were talking about one of the politicians. Did you watch any of the stuff last night? I
No.
didn't. I forgot it was on.
No, I watched.
didn't know.
It was on opposite Family Feud on Game Show Network.
Oh, Family Feud.
I like Family
I
Feud.
never liked it when it
No,
was
it's stupid.
somewhat fresh.
No, it's Steve Harvey. He does a good job.
Yeah, I know.
What do you mean stupid?
He's the one who.
Have you watched it with Steve Harvey?
Yeah.
Yes, I have a couple times. I just don't. Isn't he
not
the
all
one
the way
who's the people that work for him couldn't stare at him?
Yeah.
Couldn't look at him in the eye?
I got to take this.
Uh-oh, is this
Good.
big?
So while Steve's taking this call,
Do it
I
online.
will repeat that Family Feud is stupid.
It's a dumb show. I'm really. What does he
That's
do? I thought he was going to have the conversation online.
No.
No, I've never been a really big game show fan. to be honest.
No.
I mean,
When I was a kid, when that was all that was on,
I remember watching The Price is Right at times, but nothing ever really.
I would watch a game show ahead of a soap opera,
Oh yeah.
for instance.
The only time I ever watched soap operas was when I had a job, and a lot of it was sitting on my ass doing nothing, and there was a TV there, and I started watching like The Young and Restless, like in the late '80s for like a year or two, and then but once I got out of that job, and because I was just finishing college, then I never watched it again.
They are time wasters.
Yeah, but
As
that
our
was
game shows.
But that was back in the day where that TV. This would have been like 1986, 87, getting out of college. I had a TV where you just changed the channel right there on the TV. You had the three national. That was it.
Yeah.
They didn't have cable TV at this place, and there wasn't much to choose from.
No.
Now look at us. Now the women are on today at 5 on the BTN, right?
Yeah.
I have Everett Merrill covering the game for us, hopefully I didn't screw up. I mean, I assume he got credentials himself. He did the same thing. Remember, this was the gentleman who had the medical emergency. He's doing great though, man. He's joined a fitness center, and he had surgery to correct his. And yeah, he's going to be covering the game today. 5:00, sold out crowd. Rutgers doesn't normally come close to selling out now. They're not near the program they were under Vivian at the heyday. They're a little better than they were last year, but they've really hit a dip. But I'd be surprised if Iowa didn't win. Then on Tuesday they play at Purdue, so Purdue's pretty good. I mean, and
And Rutgers played Purdue tough the
They
other
did.
night.
I'd be surprised, though, if
Yeah.
Iowa doesn't. I think Iowa wins by at least 6 to 12 points at least. Purdue, that will be a tougher one. It's going to be interesting because I think at some point one of these teams is going to say, no, Caitlin, you're not getting 40. We're going to double you. We're going to
And
go.
let the other ones
We're
beat
going
us.
to we're going to handle every screen. We're not going to go low on any screen. We're going to stay with you on all these pick and pop types things. And even if it costs leaving somebody else wide open, I have a feeling a team's going to do that to where that may be a game where Caitlin gets 22, but hopefully she gets 17, 18 assists.
Well, because, I mean, typically when Caitlin has to hit in the 40s for us, we kind of struggle.
Well, I mean, she had 40 the other day against a team. I'm not saying Michigan State's not. They're not ranked. I mean,
but they're good. They played a good game.
They played a good game, but part of that I think was that Iowa, I don't think, played a great game because Caitlin had to score too many points.
Yeah,
and when
exactly.
they do, I mean, that game where she had 44 at Michigan and made all those logo threes, they lost.
We didn't win.
They didn't win. No, I'm with you. Caitlin needs to get between 25 and 30 and 10. You want her to get between 7 to 12 assists, and she's going to get her rebounds just because she's got such good length and whatever. But they're more vulnerable when she gets, low 40s, but maybe only gets 5 or 6 assists, but then also has to take like 40 shots or what have you. They need others to get more involved, and I think you'll see that tonight. I don't think she's going to have to score 40 for them to win tonight.
I think the key for this team this year, if we're going to get back to the Final Four, it's going to be the other players. And I mean, Caitlin's going to be Caitlin.
She's going to do what she does. Yeah,
That's right.
I agree. Yeah, and that's why I'm skeptical at this point. But whatever. Hopefully they'll prove me wrong, and there's still a long ways to go. And I mean, it's easy to say some team's not going to make it back to the Final Four.
Of course,
it's so much easier to pick that. I get that. So it's not like I'm really going out on a limb. I hope they do. God, I mean, it's great for business. It's expensive though. That drive to the Final Four last year about broke me. I mean, hell, the hotel in Dallas was just that. I mean, it was, I think, a couple nights we were paying over $300 a night.
I believe it.
Just insane.
Hello.
Speaking of the women's basketball team, did you guys see those pictures on Twitter of somebody, I think the team photographer bought a billboard space on Times Square with all the different pictures of Caitlin Clark and stuff, and Lisa Bluter and all the whole team, and they were all standing in front of them. It was really cool.
Yeah, I did see the photos that Iowa sent. Yeah, they were neat. I saw them.
Very cool.
I saw them on Twitter. Yeah, they were cool. Yep.
And one other thing, I got the answer for that 247 versus 24/7 on their recruiting podcast. The guy that hosts the podcast says 24/7, so that's the definitive answer.
Does he work there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that work there, and they all call it 247. I've never heard it called 24/7.
Oh, that's weird.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
here's
to be honest with you, though, who cares?
yeah, this is
Seriously,
the deciding.
No offense to you, caller.
All right, Steve's got something
I've got
in his
the
hand.
deciding. Yes.
But I'm beyond caring about it.
Because 247 doesn't spend 1 cent with us. You can call it S for all I care.
Well, I don't either. Mine has nothing to do with that. I just don't care. I mean, I just don't care what the official name is. Do you care?
All right.
No.
But thanks for sharing. Thanks for calling.
I never even watched the site, so it doesn't matter to me.
Well, I don't do pay sites.
Yeah.
I'm not a pay site.
And I don't do podcasts, so I don't care how whoever he is
And
pronounces.
I don't care for anybody that doesn't advertise.
There you go.
There you go.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, have a good show, guys.
Thank you for the call,
Bye-bye.
and Steve has drawn the line.
What do you think of that?
If you don't advertise with us, shut up.
Yeah, shut up. And that goes.
But mine's
that
just-
goes for Nikki Haley, Trump, any of them.
What if Trump wanted to drop a $10,000 a day ad on your site?
We would have to take
We'd
it.
have to take
I would love to. Would you start praying? Well, Tom,
No.
do you think he really means all that? That thing on January 6th, they were a lot of nice people there. They were being misled.
Yeah, that's what he said about the Nazis.
FBI plants.
Yeah.
But no, my thing with, it's no knock on 247. I just don't care.
I don't. Yeah. Why?
I just don't-
why is this a controversy?
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many podcasts. I know this makes me a Luddite, but I have never listened to a podcast.
I don't listen to other podcasts.
On anything?
I will say I listened to Rob's podcast with Joe Vaughn and Jordan Kenzari a few times.
I don't bet it was
Just
good.
because it was just different. It's not two, media gas bags talking about themselves.
Yeah.
Which, and I've put myself in that group too. I'm not pointing fingers, but there's just
Media gas bags.
There's just too many podcasts of just two media people pushing their brand, and it's just, I mean, I'm not knocking it, but it's just nice to have something different, is what I'm saying.
Steve, have you been called a media gas bag before?
I've been called a gas bag before.
By Jan?
Yeah. No, people of radio people, why aren't you? You should do a blog. You should do a podcast.
No, you would.
Why?
Well, you're on 6 hours a day.
You'd be saturating. You'd be like Boston Market, man. You'd saturate the market, and then your value would drop.
They had such great meatloaf.
But they expanded too fast.
Yeah. No, I love Boston.
No, their meatloaf. I mean, their food was good. Yeah. Now the frozen stuff isn't near as good.
No.
And it's just got so much salt in it.
Who's this, Boston Market?
Boston Market. You remember Boston? I used to love their mashed potatoes and gravy. But they never had.
Rotisserie chickens were good.
Yeah, they were. I'd always go in Michigan because did we ever have them in Iowa?
We had them in Illinois.
I don't know if we ever had them in Iowa.
Know.
I know they were Iowa. They went to them in Michigan.
Yeah, I know when we were in the Quad Cities.
But they were good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good. I mean,
I have to pick it up from my mom.
But I love the mashed potatoes and gravy. That was my favorite part of it.
No, it was.
But
good.
no, the frozen stuff. I've gotten it before, and it's just
frozen.
It's just not the same. And then you look and see how much salt it takes to preserve it. It's like, good God! If it says one serving will be like 82% of your daily allotment, then you say, okay, well, there's 4. So if I eat this frozen dinner, I've gone 4 times over my daily allotment of sugar, or it's not sugar, salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just back to the Hawks.
No,
we've actually over a half an hour. Pretty solid breakdown.
Pretty solid.
By Suter and I. We can do it if we have to.
We just screwed over by an attorney, but what they're going to do.
You did?
Yeah.
For what?
Oh, on occasion we get into arguments.
Something that was said on the air?
No.
Oh, okay.
Associated Press crap.
Oh.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Des Moines had Boston Market.
Des Moines
did? Okay, yeah, I don't think I've ever been.
Yeah.
Maybe I have been there.
Is it still there, or are they all closed?
I have no idea.
Oh, you know who bought them? McDonald's bought them.
I thought they were all closed, but I could be wrong.
Well, I know at one time.
But we never had anyone around here. Did Cedar Rapids ever have one? Because Des Moines has way more food options than here. It should, though. It's obviously much bigger.
Hello. Good morning.
How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling better. It takes a while. You still feel run down, but I'll make it. I won't go see Peter and the Pearly Gates quite yet.
Good. And so you're not going.
Band? Is that a
you're
grunge?
not going to the game tomorrow, are you?
Is that a grunge band?
I went to the game, to the women's game when Caitlin shot the ball that went around the world or whatever.
The shot heard around the world?
Yeah, shot heard. Anyway, I saw some pictures of Indiana when they played Wisconsin women.
Yeah.
And the stadium was almost empty. And when we played them, it was full.
Was this in the Kohl Center?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you know the answer to that?
Yeah. Well, I remember going to some of their games when we were there, and it was pretty empty. You could go take whatever seat you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they never gave you good seats. So we just said, to heck with you, we'll go find our own seats.
And it's so funny, and I've been guilty of this too, but like the men's game, you have an 8 o'clock on a Monday or Tuesday night, and there's very few people there. And then when the women...
Yeah, and we had an 8 o'clock on this, and it was full.
And it was full, yeah.
Yeah. Full everywhere.
So I guess what that says, if you get a generational player, maybe one of the best players ever in a sport, people want to see him.
Yeah, better take advantage of it.
Yep.
And what do you think the men are going to do against Rutgers tomorrow?
I think they're going to win.
They have to.
Rutgers a very good team?
I don't. They're okay. They're kind of like Iowa, but they don't shoot very well. They have trouble scoring. They can defend, but their 3-point shooting the other night wasn't very good.
They have the same record that we do. They're 0-2 in the Big Ten. And
well, no, they're 8-5. Iowa's 8-6, I think.
I thought I saw 8-6. Okay. Let's see. But their biggest win is the same as ours. Seton Hall.
Yeah, they're 8-5, and Iowa's 8-6. And Seton Hall is not very good.
No.
So,
and we should have beaten Michigan. I think if we played against Michigan like we did against Wisconsin, we would have beaten them when they were here.
Well, we had a chance and we didn't do it.
We didn't do it. We played terrible.
I think playing at home will help, of course, and I just think Iowa has better shooters. So, but would I be stunned if Rutgers came in here and won? No.
So, yeah. Okay. Well, have a good day, guys.
All right, Connie.
Okay.
Isn't it supposed to be cold today?
37.
That's
I mean,
Well,
it's
that's not
January.
real
for
cold.
January.
Yeah, that's pretty
Early
good.
January, that's pretty good.
This is about as good as they can get.
Yep.
Okie doke. Well,
right.
take care.
Thank you.
So isn't C. Vivian, aren't they honoring her tomorrow for the or today for the women's game?
I can't remember.
thought they were.
I think they were. I think Susan mentioned something that in her advance. And yeah, I have a gentleman, Everett Merrill, covering the game for Hawk Fanatic. He lives out there. Same gentleman that had the medical emergency in the football, but he's doing great now. He's had surgery, and they fixed all that, and he's joined a health fitness club. So that actually, a near-death experience turned out to be a blessing in some ways for him.
Yeah.
Because he found out where he was.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people find that out the real hard way. And like I've said before, there were some media people that helped to save his life, namely Ralph Russo from the Associated Press. So yeah, he's going to be. I told him he wrote back, "Hey, what do you want me to focus on?" And I'm like, maybe Caitlin Clark in the crowd. And I think he was sort of joking. So, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. Hopefully, Iowa will send a photo of the arena full. Now it's the Jersey Mike. I think it's the Jersey Mike Arena.
Arena, is it really?
Yeah, I think it's named after the
We
sandwich.
had those sandwiches last night because I had Dr. Forbes work on.
They're not bad.
Work on
From
my-
Jersey, I've heard it's good.
Yeah, I've been there
real
twice.
good.
Do they advertise?
No.
But I wasn't blown away. Now, if you'd advertise, I'd say, my God, it was like.
No, I thought it was really good.
It was.
It's not Capriati's.
Well, I mean, to me,
but
it's
close to Capriati's.
But I had the roast. Or no, I had turkey both times, and they were fine, but they weren't any. It didn't blow Melio's away. Didn't blow the Firehouse subs away. It was just all kind of comparable.
Firehouse.
See, I actually enjoyed my Firehouse sub a little better. It just, but I've been told that if you want the really good Jersey Mikes, you get their Philly cheesesteak or you get their Italian.
I had
Yeah,
the
I've heard
Philly
that too.
cheesesteak once, and it was real good. And then last night we just got roast beef.
Now, if Jersey Mike's was
it
where the
was
Subway is, right there by Hy-Vee,
Yeah.
I'd go there a lot. I go to Subway because it's there.
Yeah, and it's not bad.
Yeah, my problem sometimes with
isn't
Subway
bad.
sandwiches, they're just tasteless. Sometimes, but you go there and you got all the vegetables that you can
Yep.
put on it.
Yep.
That's what I like about it. But no, I was not. I'm not knocking it. I just wasn't blown away. There's this Jersey Mike's and Five Guys. These people that just talk about Five Guys. Five Guys that we've said before, overpriced, overrated.
Way.
Yeah,
They don't advertise, right?
No.
No, and I guess they won't.
If they call to advertise, you should. Do
Oh,
a really
man,
high risk.
I never had a burger this
No, just
expensive
charge them a
before.
ton, though. You should inflate the price
Well,
like they do.
I've never had a $30 hamburger.
You'll see
fast
sometimes.
food hamburger before.
You'll see sometimes, at least on my thread line, I'll see somebody tweet out a receipt. Man, just took the family to Five Guys, and it was okay, but he'll show a bill for like $117. I mean,
No,
it's that expensive.
it's expensive.
I mean, to get the combo, the fry, the burger, and the drink, you're spending between $17 and $20 there.
And that's a lot for a fast food burger.
Now,
It
I
really
did have a
is.
breakfast skillet the other day that was really good, but it was $14. Nothing's really cheap anymore,
No,
guys.
no,
There's just you can't get hardly anything for less than $10 anymore.
No.
You really can't. I'm trying to think of what you can get. Well,
Well, if
tacos, Shakespeare tacos. If you get 4 of them on Tuesday, with a tip, you're still spending only about $8.
Oh, we went to a little place, I think it was earlier this week, in a Mexican place in Coralville that was really good.
Which one?
They call it El Mexicano.
And where's that at?
It's right by the Nolte Academy of Dance.
Okay.
It's right back there. It was really good.
How expensive?
Oh, it's cheap.
Wow.
Mexican places really aren't
For,
expensive
for the
here.
most part.
And they're all pretty good. I mean, they're
Yeah.
not. They're all. None of them are horrible. I have my
No.
favorites, but
No.
I mean, it's hard to screw up Mexican food. I mean, I love Mexican food. So okay, well, I don't know
By
what
the way,
Nolte-
Boston Market, there's 310 locations.
Oh, still
Or 310.
or 3
310.
310.
310. Yeah,
310.
310.
Hello.
My under $10 go-to fast food is there's a biggie bag. You get like a double stack and a fry and nuggets and a pop for $5 at Wendy's.
Oh, that ain't.
What's it called? A biggie bag?
It's called a biggie bag.
That ain't
Biggie
bad.
bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Then
get
they
3
have
different
the-
items.
Yeah.
I think I've heard.
Four different.
Okay, I think I've seen Burger King advertise something similar to that. I just don't do a lot of fast food.
But I've gone there before, and one of the guys, sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I've driven away before, but he like sings to you in rhymes. And
Are you talking?
raps.
Oh, there's a really nice guy at the Wendy's
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Sometimes it
Yeah,
gets a little.
sometimes I'm just not in the mood for it.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah. No, I wasn't. Okay, so Jan wanted. She's been seeing the Baconator. With the pretzel,
With the pretzel
bun and
thing?
everything.
How can you get your mouth around that? And it doesn't look like that, I'll
Well,
bet.
I ordered the Baconator, and they've got good salads, and I got a Cobb salad for me.
I'm not going to Wendy's for salad. I'm
And,
sorry.
they're not bad.
just-
But anyway,
Do they still have taco salads?
yes. Yeah, and you get the chili.
No, their taco
and-
salads used to. I
Yeah.
mean, okay. all right.
Cobb salad was good,
All right,
too.
go ahead.
But I got it home, and she opened it up, and an old pretzel bun and one strip of bacon
Seriously.
on a single.
That's not good.
No.
Wow.
Especially if they
Wendy's-
charge you for the
Yeah.
Baconator.
Oh, yeah, they did.
So I've heard that Wendy's chili is made from leftover hamburger.
Well,
I don't
they-
know. It's good,
They make hamburgers, and they put it in it. It's not leftover.
but their chili's
Oh,
good.
okay. Well, now I was at Hy-Vee, and they're a little high priced, but Wendy's sells Wendy's chili in like a can, like Hormel.
Oh, really?
Oh, they do at Hy-Vee.
$4.50.
For a can of chili?
Yeah, can
Well,
of Wendy's
I mean-
chili.
You mean a single can of chili?
Yeah,
That doesn't surprise me. There's a progressive soup thing. So they're in plastic containers and you
Yeah.
microwave them.
Yeah.
They're almost $5 each
Yeah.
one.
Wow.
Yeah,
But anyway,
and they don't fill you
All right.
up.
enjoy your day. Bye.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I like Wendy's as long
Yeah,
as it doesn't
I
have
like
fingers
Wendy's
and toes
chili.
in it. It's
Yeah.
good. Didn't somebody put a finger in there to try to win
Yeah,
money?
They,
Who volunteered their finger?
I don't know, but
Man, when you're doing a
they went to
conspiracy,
prison.
I know, but if you're doing a conspiracy and you're a group of people, man, I would hate to be the one that has to give up the finger to make it work. Yeah, it wasn't.
I would like to think it was from a cadaver, but
Wasn't it a lady? It was
Yeah.
a lady, wasn't she? Did go
Yeah.
to prison, I think.
Yeah, she went to prison,
Yeah.
and she got sued.
Oh, she should.
Yeah, they sued her. Just like it's like AP was threatening to sue me.
Well, what'd you say? What'd you do to piss him off?
I canceled
You canceled what?
AP.
Oh,
Well, they stopped doing state news.
just be careful you don't use their stuff, or they'll get you like a hawk.
we don't.
We don't. We can't. They shut us down.
Well, no, I mean, but you could see it, an AP story. And just
Well,
be-
that's the whole thing.
yeah, just be careful.
I said, why am I paying for? First of all, they canceled state. Okay, they've only got one reporter part-time in Des Moines.
Oh, I know.
And then they got rid of the sports.
Well, I told you what happened with me with photos.
Yeah.
And that was an honest mistake on my part, and it cost me out the. Well, I better not.
Well, I canceled it, and then I finally said, okay, I'll pay you for the year, and that's it. And
they ain't cheap.
And, not at all. And so, and I said, talking to the lawyer, I worked out a deal. But I said, okay, open up your phone right now and Google AP. And the lawyer did. She did. And she goes, I said, see that? Yeah. How much did you pay to see that? Well, nothing. I said, yeah, go to Facebook. And she went to Facebook. And I said, same thing. Why am I paying for it? Why am I paying for it?
Well, didn't they give you
when
permission to
can
use
look
their?
at it?
You could use their stories, right?
Yeah.
That's what you pay for.
Well, you can.
I mean, when I worked at the Press Citizen, I remember we had newspapers used to pay a lot to AP for
Well, but it's free on Facebook. I can post their stories on Facebook. Can't do it on our website, but I can do it on Facebook.
I guess
It's free.
yeah.
It's a screw.
But yeah, just don't do it on your website, or they'll get you.
Yeah, I'll just.
And
say,
they'll probably be looking.
just say you told me to.
Who,
hey,
me?
I got to go by my advisor,
Yeah.
my consultant,
No, that's-
Patrick Harty.
Yeah, don't do that,
Sir Patrick Harty.
Sir Patrick Harty.
because my guess is they'll be watching like a hawk.
Hello.
I can clear up this Wendy's chili meat issue.
All right.
I used to work at Wendy's on Euclid in Des Moines, Pat,
Okay,
and
I know the one you're
there's a
talking.
little plastic. There's a little plastic container right next to the grill, and when a hamburger gets kind of dried up and you don't want to serve it, you throw it in there. And when it fills up, you throw it in the refrigerator. When you go to make chili, you take 48 hamburgers and you boil them, and you boil all that fat off, and then strain it, drain it, and then chop it up.
Oh.
And then it goes into the chili.
See, that sounds nasty to me.
It sounds nasty, but it sounds safe and healthy.
All I know, it's good.
Yeah,
It
it's
tastes
good, and there's no,
Yeah.
like I said, that's a process of making sure there's no germs.
Yeah.
But no, their chili's good. I've always liked it.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for sharing that.
That's how it goes. Sure.
All right.
Yeah, that'll keep me from ever having their chili again.
Listen, I've seen.
Well, how do you think it's made? Like 3 beautiful blondes there
Yes.
with big gloves on? And
Absolutely.
I've seen them dump fresh hamburgers in the chili. I've seen them here, at least.
they probably do both.
Yeah, and I've seen their wait staff fighting in.
But imagine what that
fighting in the
hamburger.
parking lot.
Imagine what that hamburger had been through before it was even a burger. I mean,
That's a good point.
I mean, who knows what that hamburger had been through?
Well,
I'm just saying.
We have an idea.
It was walking around at one time.
Well, that true, but I'm just saying.
How far back do you want to go?
Yeah, well, I want to go from after the poor cow was sacrificed for us. But no, I haven't had it in ages. I mean, I'll share it. The last time I went to Wendy's drive-thru about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I ordered a single with just cheese and a small Diet Coke, and they told me that it would be $9.30. And I drove off. I was 5 deep in the drive-thru anyway, and I'm like, $9.30?
Well, that's ridiculous.
And I just left. I'm not going to pay $9.30. They had to have had a mistake, right? $9.30 for a single with just cheese and a small Diet Coke? $9.39 was the actual price he quoted me. That
Well,
can't be
the
right.
drinks are what
But
gets
still,
you.
they're if they're $3 even. I mean, I just blamed it on Biden and drove off. I mean, what else do you do?
Well, I don't understand how you can go to Steak and Shake and you can get a single for $4, or a double for $4,
We've
or
had
a
this
triple,
Or
for
a triple for $4.
Now, I went to Freddy's yesterday, and boy, was it good. I know they
Freddy's
were
is good.
but I got their number one, and the fries were great. The
No,
burger,
I
it
like
was,
Freddy's
and it was
a lot.
less than $10.
Very much so.
And they don't ask you to tip either.
No, I like Freddy's a lot.
And places that don't ask you to tip, I got a little more respect for them because I'm assuming they're paying their employees a little bit more. A lot of places, you either have to tip or go through the embarrassment and be of the cheap ass and go out of your way not to tip, which I won't do. I
always give them a little.
I
something.
give a little something. I'm not going to. I don't think if you're getting a bowl of soup at Panera, I don't think you have to tip them 20 or 30%, do you? I'll give them maybe $1 or $2, but
You're not going to miss it after you pay for the soup.
well, it goes from $8 to $10.
Hello.
A couple things. Tom, I sent you a picture of a can of Wendy's chili.
Okay.
And the tipping thing, it was it was self checkout. I can't remember where it was. Maybe it was. I hate Walmart, but maybe it was there. But self checkout, and the thing I was reading it behind. I was in line. Said, "Do you want to round up for veterans?"
Oh, I get that a lot.
Like,
Yeah.
I usually
their
do. I
total
do.
was like 39.82 when they hit no. Just, no matter. I mean,
I always round it up. I mean,
it's not like you're rounding it to $100. You're giving them,
yeah, I've seen people say no before, and I'm always like, seriously, but it's
Like
none of
8 cents.
It's not my business.
You know what I used to get torqued about is these companies that say, now most companies will give their own money or match, but when you just go into a company and you say they want to round it up, and then they get on these telethons, like there were companies that used to get on the MDA telethon, and people would be rounding up their stuff, and then like the companies, Shell Gas or whatever,
Claimed it all. And
yeah, they claim, hey, look at what we raised. Well, you didn't give a goddamn thing. Your customers did.
yeah.
And that used to torque me off.
You guys have a tip jar there?
Yes.
we
Yes.
sure.
As a matter of fact, everyone that calls here, I've got your phone number and your IP address, and we will be calling you.
Nice. I thought, when I came in to pick up my certificates, I'd have to donate a little.
Well, you'd be the first if you did.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Hey, that'd be fun. We could probably get a little tip thing when people pay for their auction stuff. That's not a worse ideas.
Everybody here be using it for the pop machine, including myself. Yeah. Well, let's take a break.
Okay, let's do
This
that.
portion of the show brought to you by Wendy's.
1-800-800-ROSE. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist is the only number you need to know to send flowers anywhere in the country or Canada from anywhere in the country. 1-800-800-ROSE. It's so easy. Just remember one number. 1-800-800-ROSE. Your FTD florist. 1-800-800-ROSE. Remember.
For a gift that your loved one will treasure for a lifetime, find it at our family-owned jewelry store in Iowa City, Hertine and Stocker Jewelers.
We can show you diamond engagement rings, colored stones, fashion jewelry, and watches.
Our jewelers are on site, so we can design jewelry for that special person in your life.
We are Hertine and Stocker, serving Iowa City and the surrounding area for 3 generations.
Hertine and Stocker Jewelers, downtown Iowa City, and HertineandStockerJewelers.com. Ask for Willa, Terry, Tim, or Kate. One of us is always there.
Don't wait for an emergency to get a backup for your car keys. Unlike the olden days, car keys have gotten extremely complex. Mike's eKeys for Cars can generate the most technically advanced automotive keys that are on the market today. For spares and lost keys, Mike's eKeys for Cars can produce most conventional transponder, high security, and remote head keys. Mike's eKeys for Cars will keep you on the road. Call 319-330-9185 and schedule an appointment today. Don't wait until it's too late. Call 319-330-9185 today.
If you're looking for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, you should know Deary Ford is here for you. To give you the best selection and pricing on new Fords, Deary Ford is here for you. To work with long-term experienced sales and service reps, Deary Ford is here for you. To give you the highest trade values, Deary Ford is here for you. To provide pickup and delivery and mobile service for our customers, Deary Ford is here for you. Hurry in or shop online at DearyFord.com.
GT Carr, owner of Supple's Building and Remodeling, has been offering unmatched service and quality for over 25 years. The trained professionals at Supple's Building and Remodeling will install and guarantee the products used in any job, no matter how big or small. They also stand behind their work and offer no-nonsense, exceptional customer service from design to completion and beyond. Whether it's a simple window replacement or a major house addition, you'll have the confidence that Supple's Building and Remodeling is committed to quality. Visit suples.net or call them today at 319-337-2246. When you go to a family restaurant, you want 3 things. 1, a wide selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. 2, you want those selections to be affordable and delicious. And 3, you want to be treated like family. You get all 3 at the Midtown Family Restaurant. Breakfast items available anytime the doors are open. Legendary tenderloins, onion rings, and hot roast beef sandwiches, and special ribeye and shrimp nights. Daily specials at each location, and no matter if you're coming in solo or with a group of 20, you get the same special family treatment. The Midtown Family Restaurants at Court and Scott Streets and at the Walmart Plaza on Highway 1 West. Follow them on Facebook or at MidtownFamily.com. The family's waiting for you. Car won't steer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty offers full-service mechanical auto repair work in addition to being Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Use Premier for all your auto repair needs. Brakes, oil changes, air conditioning, diagnostics, transmissions, or preventive maintenance. Whether you hit a deer or your car won't steer, see Premier Automotive in North Liberty.
Don't let just anyone take care of your smile. At Diamond Dental, you can expect compassion, expertise, and a personalized care plan to protect your teeth for life. With more than 30 years of combined experience, Dr. Forbes and his staff are prepared to tackle even your toughest dental problems, leaving your smile healthy and sparkling. Diamond Dental offers a full range of general and cosmetic dentistry, as well as dental treatment options for snoring and sleep apnea. It's never too early to start thinking about what's best for your smile. Schedule an appointment today by calling 319-390-3703 or visiting the office at 5815 Consul Street Northeast, Suite D1 in Cedar Rapids. You can also visit DiamondDentalPC.com for more information. Dr. Forbes is a proud sponsor of the Hawkeye Wrestling Club and the Inner Circle. Let the Diamond Dental team provide superior care for your entire family.
Hawkeye fans, you love watching the black and gold. You know Hawkeye Black and Gold. As a Hawkeye fan, there are no better colors than the Hawkeye Black and Gold. Hi, I'm Steve Anderson. When you're buying, selling, or refinancing your property, consider the Green and White Team, Hawkeye Title and Settlement. Give us a call at 351-8600. Hawkeye Title and Settlement. The team you love, the people you trust.
Are you tired of living in a home that doesn't quite meet your needs? Then it's time to call the experts at Streets Maintenance. Their team of skilled professionals specializes in renovations and remodeling, transforming your home into the space you've always dreamed of. From kitchen and bath remodels to complete home renovations, no job is too big or too small. Streets Maintenance will work with you every step of the way to ensure your vision becomes a reality. So don't wait any longer. Call Streets Maintenance to schedule your consultation at 400-4483. Let's start building your dream home today.
The Oxyokin Sunday Brunch, offering so many choices of fresh entrees and carved meats, homemade salads, waffles, omelets made to order, pastries, 3 tiers of dessert, and so much more. Such a great value. Now serving on Sundays, the brunch buffet only 9 until 2. See you this Sunday.
The Oxyokin.
Oxyokin, where you'll always leave happy.
From the Harty and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Harty and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
We have a couple of winter weather systems that we are eyeing. The first will bring some light snow tonight through Saturday into Saturday night. Accumulation with that one will be very light, but enough to make roads a little slick at times. And then a bit more significant system will be moving across the area next Monday into Tuesday. Could bring several inches of snow. We'll keep an eye on that and keep you posted. Today, cloudy, 36. Tonight, light snow, 26. Tomorrow, light snow, 37. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable on the mighty 1630 KCJJ. Currently, it's 28.
KCJJ Weather, brought to you by Plum Supply.
Plum Supply, kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
We are back.
Yes.
We're back.
Officially and completely.
Mike sent me a picture of the can of Wendy's chili. It's $4.42, and I'm looking now to see what it is on their menu.
Who sent that to you?
Mike Baines.
How much salt does it have in it?
I don't.
Because I was looking for it, and Mike did not send it to me.
You think he likes Captain better?
Clearly.
No, why wouldn't you? Okay, so you get a small for $2.09 at Wendy's.
A small what? Oh, small chili. That's pretty cheap. What's it, like a thimble size?
A large chili is $2.79. So it's
really
cheaper. Yeah, it's cheaper to go to Wendy's than it is to buy
a lot.
Yeah.
By a lot, and it's fresher. Isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
It's probably better for you.
Yeah.
As long as there's no fingers or toes.
Well, that's extra.
Yeah. It's on the other side of the menu. So,
our chili has the human touch.
Wasn't there a band called Human League?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a band, Human League?
Don't you want me, baby?
Wait, we're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't you want me, baby? That's 6. You're okay. Because 7 is the
you can
trigger.
Is the trigger?
Yes.
I didn't. Seriously?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
7's the trigger? Okay, so we could sing like "This Is the End."
1, 2, 3, 4.
God, I hate.
Not one of my favorite songs.
No, I one of the songs I banned at KFMH.
You took a stand with Morris.
I did. What a bunch of crap for 10 minutes and 11 seconds.
Just ranting about hating his parents.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Here's more.
You've said, but remember what made that song popular again was Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, well,
they put that Greatest Hits Doors album out right about the time Apocalypse Now, shortly thereafter, back in the early '80s. Remember the thing with like the red prism thing and had a close up of Jim. The Doors' Greatest Hits. It came out in like '80 or '81, and it was almost like a rebirth of the band. And that's when I started following it closely. Because hell, when he died, I was 7 years old. I didn't even know who the Doors were.
So Doors' Greatest Hits for me would be a 45.
Which one would it be? What's your favorite Doors song?
Light My Fire.
How about Love Her Madly? God, I love that song.
Don't like it.
Oh, I love that
So
song.
I like
Riders
that.
of the Storm.
Riders
Alabama
of the
See, that
Whiskey
to me,
Song.
it just puts me to F and sleep.
Oh, I love Riders of the Storm. I love the keyboard play by Ray Manzarek. Love Her Madly, Alabama Whiskey
I like
Song.
Love Her Madly.
How about Alabama Whiskey Song?
Yeah.
Where's Billy when I need him?
God.
Well, he's agreeing with you.
But he'd go from Doors to
Hot House Flowers. No, Men Without Hats.
Men Without Hats. I never understood.
And then tease me about liking the specials.
Yeah, he'd go to Men Without Hats.
Well, you never figure people's tastes, you know.
No, music goes all over the place. So, but were you on the message board?
Yeah, I didn't. There's nothing.
Nothing new. So there's basically has 247 or 24/7 or 742 or it's a Chicago song, isn't it?
2 and 4 and 7.
Have they updated their? If one site's saying he's not coming and they got a story saying he's coming, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't. 247. You didn't go on their site to
I
see if
did
they got.
not.
Whose site did you go on? Cakert's. And they have nothing.
Which one is Cakert's?
On 3.
On 3.
On 3 now.
Yeah. And the old site that he had, that's that Iowa Awesome. But the guy who works there calls it Rivals, which there's nothing more embarrassing. Hey, I'm with Go Iowa Awesome. I mean, I
think it's a stupid
kind
name.
of a stupid name. But it started off as a satire site. But yeah, if that's the Rivals site.
So does he call it Gia?
No, I think he just says Rivals.
Gaia?
Because now lots of times since we do Ustream, they want you to introduce yourself before you ask any questions, so the people on Ustream know, which is kind of a whole.
I noticed that the last.
They're asking
yeah.
us to do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I mean that's just the changing times. I get it. So, but
David Soul died.
Don't give up on us.
I guess we got to give up on him now.
You like that song, didn't you?
I wouldn't go quite that far.
Did you like that song, Captain?
No,
Still
not really. No, but I liked
Starsky and Hutch.
Starsky and Hutch
Yeah,
back in the day. You know, when they rerun those, I tried to watch it.
It's brutal.
Yeah, it really is. A lot of those
Brutal.
70s shows.
I couldn't sleep. I woke up at 3:30 and Barnaby Jones was on, and I watched because it was about a dog. They were trying to save a dog's life that was wrongly accused of killing someone, and I ended up. But it's rough. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I can't watch those things.
It was 1975. I would have been 11, and there was like a kid about my age on there, and yeah, I mean, it's amazing. The 70s, the 70s do seem like a long time ago in some ways, but in some ways they don't for me. I mean, that's the first decade where I started to realize the world around me. I don't remember the 60s.
I loved, when I was a kid, 77 Sunset Strip, and I didn't get to see a lot of them because we didn't have an ABC affiliate for a lot of it. So they kept trading off and getting rid of it. So, and now I watch it on the big screen. Or any of those shows.
It's just amazing
like
how rough the video was. The video was so rough back then.
And everyone just overacts to compensate for the
that
bad
stuff
video.
is crap.
Oh, and
some of the clothes, especially the clothes that the men used to wear, like the bell-bottom pants with plaid, and it was just natural. I mean, it was.
I had bell-bottom pants.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I did.
I'm sure you did.
I never had bell-bottoms, but I did have some flared ones.
Yeah.
Some flares.
Did you have like plaid?
I had more.
Did you have plaid?
I don't think so.
I had more flared.
The color combos back in the 70s.
If I ever had any plaid or madras or anything, it was a shirt, not.
I had a mattress shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a real mattress where if you washed it, the colors ran?
It just was a mess. It wasn't what you bought.
But I watched about 20 minutes of a Barnaby Jones episode. Lee Merriweather.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She looked good in this.
Yeah.
She was doing fine in the 70s.
Yeah.
Is she still alive?
Who?
Lee Merriweather. She was Barnaby's secretary.
I would think so, but I don't know.
And I think she was she like a Miss America or something? And
yes. Yes, she was.
I'm not sure. I thought.
He was evidently real sick, David Soul.
Now, he was really good in Salem's Lot. They did a television adaptation. He was real good in that.
He was a good actor.
Yeah.
And for, being he was a good singer.
A lot of people like that, apparently like that song. We heard it enough. How old was he?
80.
And what did he die of? Cancer?
I don't know. It just says valiant fight for his life.
I think he ate some canned Wendy's chili.
Or maybe was he vaxxed?
Vaxxed.
God, some of the arguments have been showing up on my Twitter thread. People arguing about the I mean, I love the accounts.
Are they still arguing about that?
There's accounts on Twitter where their main purpose for being on Twitter, according to their handle, is to fight the vax. I mean, they're just so anti-vax.
Well, fine, don't get it.
Lee Merriweather.
Lee Merriweather.
You know, don't get it. Who cares?
You know, yeah. I mean, and just now everyone's fighting about that Epstein Island. I mean,
well, they're putting fake.
Well, yeah, they're putting. Of course they are.
Yeah, she's still alive. She's 88.
Lee Merriweather
still alive. Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're putting up fake. They're putting up fake travel logs and stuff like that, just to. And now Jimmy Kimmel, they're putting up a bunch of fake because now, of course, they're targeting him.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of.
And I don't watch his show. I don't think I've hardly ever watched his show. I'm not.
Somebody had Biden.
I'm not up that late anyway. So.
Somebody put Biden and Jim. What? Who is? Oh, Margaret Trudeau. That's somebody said Margaret Trudeau was having an affair with Epstein. That's the first thing I saw when I went to post on Twitter yesterday.
God, it's nauseating.
I'm skeptical.
And the stuff that Elon allows to stay up there, it's amazing.
It's down to like less than 11 billion. It's worth.
The last time I saw an estimate, it was about 6 months ago. It was 14 billion.
Yeah, well, it's down.
So yeah, I mean,
and what did he pay? 44
billion.
You know, and it makes no blip on his financial.
No,
radar.
but the biggest mistake he made was changing the logo, and that's according to everyone who had vested in it with him. When he changed it to X, it tumbled.
Yeah, I'm not on it near as much as I used to be. I mean, it's just turned into a cesspool.
I'm never there. I haven't been on in a month, probably.
But the amount of people that are on there, just, you know, the keyboard warriors that are on there for political and own the opposition stuff, it's just nauseating how many of those people there are. I mean, they just go to Twitter every day to fight the good fight, you know. I mean, and both sides, too. I mean, but it just seems like with Twitter now, I see a lot more right because it's turned into, when you say a right-wing echo chamber, the unvaxxed Christian warrior patriot. I mean,
well, I am
sick of it.
I'm vaxxed.
And I'm a Christian.
Until be, well, I can't say
and
that.
I'm not, you know, do I scream that I'm a patriot? I mean.
I got 3 vaccinations within the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm up to date on I didn't do the CRT or the 247 one, but that vax.
What do you mean 365?
But it's
well, what the hell do you think?
But it is amazing though how many people are on that platform though for that purpose, just to get on there and fight and own the opposition and push their conspiracies, and it's just nuts. And for some reason, so much of them show up on my timeline, and I don't know why.
Well, okay, and there was one that, you know, I got to know Dick Clark, and I really admire him.
Was he on the island too?
There's one where he's sitting on the bleachers on Bandstand, and Epstein's there next to, you know.
Did they put anyone from Gilligan's Island on it? I figured
no.
Nobody like.
No, but I thought, what the hell? And it looked like I mean, they're real good at it.
Yeah, but there's some Photoshops on there that are just.
Yeah, that are bad. But
that are just horrible.
This one was real good. He said, Epstein
there was one of Trump and Epstein and then a bunch of young girls around them. But Epstein has no legs in the photo. They go into the couch, and Trump's one hand has 6 fingers. I mean, some of it's just ridiculous. But that's the kind of crap that shows up on my timeline. And I only follow 56 people, and I block a ton on the left. I block a ton more on the right, but some on the left too. That if they're just on Twitter strictly for politics and they show up on my timeline repeatedly, I block them.
I
don't want
anybody. If I go to anybody on Facebook and there's an eagle or a flag is there either their profile or their cover, I don't friend them. If they Fox News and Trump, I don't friend them.
No.
If I don't see anything, you know, because they don't let you look at the likes, I just don't know. I want to know. I want to go to your page if I want to friend you, see pictures of your dog, your kids, stuff you're doing, like normal stuff, like trying to open a very expensive can of Wendy's chili.
Or a picture of a very nice pizza will always work for me.
Well, there's been a lot of. I mean, I wouldn't listen to Aaron Rodgers for advice
Oh,
on
my
anything.
God.
He's an idiot, and that stuff's been all over my timeline. You know, and now people are just ripping Jimmy Kimmel, and because Aaron Rodgers represents the unvaxxed, and it's
Well,
just,
why would
Aaron Rodgers is?
But
a
it is.
clown.
I mean, that is slander.
It is
to say that he had
It is.
anything to do with that whatsoever. Why would you even come up with that crap? What's he get against
attention?
Kimball.
Well, Kimmel's ripped him before. He's been part of Jimmy's dialogue. Monologue, I should say, but that's comedians.
Jan watches
comedians make fun of people. That's what they do.
Jan watches Kimmel. If I'm up, I'm going to watch Colbert.
Jan don't watch any of them.
I haven't watched a late night show since Johnny Carson.
I haven't watched since.
Seriously,
you didn't watch Letterman?
No,
I haven't watched since Letterman.
I loved Letterman.
Yeah, I like Letterman more than Carson. But I
watched Colbert because I don't know.
I think your age difference made a difference with you with Carson too. I mean, not that I was too young for Carson, but Carson was at his zenith in the 70s and 80s, right?
I don't know. I thought
60s and 70s.
Yeah, what I'm saying though, I wasn't 5 years old watching late night TV.
I remember my folks when he first took over.
I thought Letterman was a little funnier
61
than Carson.
Yeah.
I thought they were both funny. I just thought Dave was funnier and did funnier things.
I didn't watch Letterman more. He was in 80s and 90s.
Started in 82.
Yeah, we were on the road with the band. So
my senior year of high school.
I never would have seen him when we were in the band.
He was huge for us in college. From 83 to 87, he was huge in college. And that's when he was just growing. He used to throw watermelons off the side of the building, and we'd laugh because they'd they'd
get on a trampoline.
And just
had a
do
Velcro suit.
And I'll never forget when a girl that I grew up in my neighborhood, I was watching one night in the dorms at Drake, and all of a sudden there's Marcy Crouse. Remember when he used to go out into the audience and do?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's Marcy Crouse talking to David Letterman. I hadn't seen Marcy in probably 8 or 9 years, but she lived 2 doors down from me in Beaverdale, and there she was in the crowd. And I think the Register ended up writing a story about it, if I remember correctly. Because, I can't remember what it was that they were doing. Then I got a kick out of stupid pet tricks and stuff like that.
I like Letterman probably better than Carson, but I
liked them both.
But I remember my mom and dad when he first went on NBC. I think at 61.
When he was in New York.
Yeah, he ain't going to make it. That's what they said.
And he made it.
Yeah.
Was he done about 2010? Isn't that when he?
Yeah, I think
he's
so.
been
2010.
2010. So, but let's see other Hawk stuff. Yeah, the men tomorrow, 11 o'clock. That's going to be so weird going to cover an 11 o'clock game on a Saturday. Are we doing a show tomorrow?
Yeah. So
okay.
I will get out of here at 10:01, take Wapsie home, pick up Ann, and then we'll have to head for the arena.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to leave a little earlier than that. Because I'm going to go straight to the arena, but I just want to make sure. It's going to be interesting to see how many people show up for this game. You think there'll be over 10,000?
I kind of do.
I kind of do too. With the weather's not going to be an issue, right?
Not at
right.
all.
And it's an 11.
Well, it's a morning snow, but it's not going to be a lot.
And then these people can be home. A lot of these people around here can be home by 1:30, home from this game. I'm hoping there's at least 10 to 12,000 people there.
I hope so.
Because that would really give this team a boost, and it needs a boost. Unlike a year ago, I know we've made this comparison. That team was different. It was way more veteran than this team. And this team is, it's not.
We lost to Chris and
Connor and Phillip.
That's
a fifth-year senior, a sixth-year senior, and a third-team All-American.
Yeah.
This team doesn't have any of that.
Nope.
And, well, I guess Cricky's a fifth-year senior. But Phillip was also in his second year in the program, too, and I think that he played much better in his second year, whereas if Cricky had another year, my guess is Cricky would be better a year from now than he is now. But he's been pretty good. He struggled the other night. He had foul trouble. He had foul trouble, but he's been pretty consistent. He's been a nice addition. So,
he has.
So, yeah, this is a big game for them. If they go 0-4, man, let's see, because then after that they got then they've got Nebraska, and that's next.
Is that at home?
That's next. The 12th is Friday, right?
Yes.
Next Friday at 8 o'clock, Nebraska.
At Nebraska?
Home. At home.
Oh, at home?
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's just and then they're at Minnesota. Then they got Purdue at home, Maryland at home. Then they're at Michigan and Indiana back to back. They need to get on a streak where they win 3 out of 4 games here because they're going to probably have to be 500 in the Big Ten to make the tournament.
I would think so.
9-11 maybe, but they didn't win enough non-conference games.
And they got to protect their home court.
Yeah, because they've already lost one Big Ten game at home against a pretty average Michigan
That's right.
team. So, no, this is a huge game tomorrow, and I don't think it's a great Rutgers team. They're just like so many other Rutgers teams under Steve Pikiell. They just struggle to score. They're not a great scoring team.
By the way, Carson 62-92. Okay. Hello.
Oh, hey, is the men's game tomorrow? Is that on TV?
Yes, it is on. Yeah, it is on the Big Ten Network.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
And the women tonight
Nebraska's
are
on the
BTN.
The next 3 men's games are on the Big Ten Network. Then Purdue's on Fox Sports 1. Then Maryland Big Ten. Big Ten Network is at Michigan State's on Peacock.
Yeah.
On February
and there's
20th.
like 5 of the women's games are on Peacock.
Which is weird. You'd think.
Well, they must be making them pretty serious
I know,
money.
but
or
you
they
would think
wouldn't
with
do it.
Caitlin Clark that they would be on a bigger tier, but who knows? What do I know?
Well, I'm glad that Peacock's at least professional. It's better than BT.
No, they were. That was terrific the other night.
Yeah.
I thought Aaliyah Boston was just great. And
she did color, and
she was in studio.
Okay.
And she was great, and I think Megan McEwen is fantastic.
And didn't Aaliyah interview Caitlin afterwards? Because Caitlin made some quote. She said, I'm just soaking it all in, and then kind of caught herself.
She did.
Because I know some Iowa fans, oh, my God, you think she's not coming back next year? I've said all along I don't think she's coming back. I can't confirm it. I'm not. I hope she does, but I just don't think she will. I just
I'm there, too.
I don't think she's going to want to play a 5th year. I think she wants a bigger challenge, and these people that are saying to me on Twitter that her brand will fall apart, they're just idiots.
Yeah. That's going to fall apart, and it can only grow.
Well, I look at this. They might use Caitlin the same way the NBA used Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, especially if she gets together with Aaliyah Boston. Now, they were rivals, but if she plays on the same team, they're going to market Caitlin to death, the WNBA is. They want her bad. They wanted her last year. You think Hy-Vee and all these places are going to stop?
No.
Paying for Caitlin just because she's not a hard.
No, Hy-Vee wants to go national.
Exactly.
It's trying to go national.
I mean,
it's not going to stop.
The weirdest response I got was from somebody who, I don't know if he said, she's going to want to keep playing at the highest level. And he basically was saying that high elite women's college basketball is better than the WNBA. And I wrote back to him like, hey, no offense.
Better in what way?
Do you realize that Monica Cesano can't make an NBA roster? I mean,
no.
There's no comparison.
And Megan Gustafson has struggled to.
Yeah, and that's not a knock on either one of them.
No.
But, I mean, I know the WNBA has an image problem. It's not real popular. I don't watch it very often. If Caitlin plays, I'll watch. But the WNBA, the worst team in the WNBA would beat the best team in college basketball. I mean, it's just same way with the NBA. Same way with the NBA. It's just a completely different monster.
It is.
And I think Caitlin wants a bigger challenge. The stage is going to be big wherever she goes.
The problem with the WNBA is they just don't draw very well.
No, and they don't pay very well. And there's a lot of people who feel that the NBA needs to give them more of their money, and I can argue on that back and forth. To me, it's not really the NBA's responsibility to make sure the WNBA succeeds, is it? It's the market.
No, the market.
The NBA can help, and they are helping. But Caitlin's salary, I think the top salaries in the WNBA are like $265. I think which is good money in the normal scheme of life, but her salary's not going to matter. Her money's coming from everything outside of that.
But the best she can do as a rookie, unless the figures are wrong, is 3 years for $200 and some thousand is all.
For each year, or
no?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's right or not. I don't know. I mean, we're just we don't know. We don't know.
I've seen that a number.
I know,
of times.
But we've had a tendency where we say things on here that aren't always correct. But it doesn't matter what because I mean, she's got so much outside income that I don't think her salary will matter. I mean, she's going to be the number one player in the number one player in the draft. I'd be stunned if the number one player in the WNBA draft can only make $60,000 a year. If that's the case, then the league does have problems. But I just find that hard to believe.
The rookie contract wage scale for 2023 draft class is $62,000 to $74,000. Year 2 salary $63,000 to $75,000.
But then I've read stories of people making $265 and.
Oh, I think, but not as a rookie.
Okay. Well, here, the average salary for it doesn't say.
That's
it's a
average.
rookie. Average salary for a player in WNBA.
I'm guessing about 90 or 100.
102,000.
Okay. Yeah, but she won't make the average salary. I think the most you can make salary is like $265. I read. Something
the
like that.
highest so far they have paid is $242.
Okay.
Okay. Picks 1 through 4. This is this year made $74,304 in their first year.
Now we also got to remember, because I was wrong. I thought it was more. They only play like 30 games too.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, that's the other thing. They don't play that many games.
Yeah, the average.
But I didn't realize it was that low.
Average new rookies are 62.
But you guys realize though, her salary's not going to have any bearing.
No,
on her.
she's going to get endorsements.
of course not.
I mean, it's not. It's just. It's
she's
almost a
gonna
waste.
Get endorsements.
It's just ridiculous to even speculate. Well, her salary's only. That's not going to matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's not using any NIL Iowa money. So I mean, because didn't Brad say that she's not part of their? She's basically on her own.
Yes,
she doesn't.
She's not part
but
of them.
she'll never make. I mean, I think even if she dominates in the league, she's not going to make $1 million a year salary because it's not there. They don't pay.
Right.
I thought I read where the 265 is the limit, and you said the highest right now is 242.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be at that immediately.
Or 24-2.
Yeah, 24-2. She'll get to that salary as quickly as she can, but that's not going to matter. I mean,
no, she'll get endorsements, and she'll
Yeah,
be
exactly.
in commercials, or they,
But I didn't realize
realize
that it was that low. But then I also, like I said, I forget they play like almost 1/3 of the games the NBA players play. They don't play that long of a season. I mean, I think
The
it's like
NBA
30,
season is just
they play
incredibly
80
long.
They play 82 games. How many do the WNBA play? Looked at it. Is it like 35?
I think
I know.
so.
I think it's somewhere
It's
in the
less
30s.
than half of what the.
But even if they did play a full NBA schedule based on that, they'd only the salary would be $150,000,
Yeah.
which is I mean the NBA salaries are just astronomical, but that's television.
Exactly.
I mean they've got the means to pay that because those teams are making it. But yeah,
36.
36, okay. 36 game schedule. To me,
so it's still less than half.
Yeah, and to me at some point that's what has to be addressed. If they want to become a better league, I think you have to play more games. I mean, that's basically a college season. She'll play more games at Iowa this year probably than what she would play in a WNBA season.
If they have a good, yeah, you're right.
I mean, she'll play more games at Iowa.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's, I guess, but still, I didn't realize the salaries were that
Yeah, it's pathetic,
lame.
really.
And now for a lot of young ladies getting out of to make $75,000 to
Well,
play,
sure.
that's pretty. That's,
agreed.
To only play, and it only takes like 2 or 3 months for the season. You can, but that's why so many. That's why Brittany
They
Griner
have to go play overseas.
I mean, that's why Brittany Griner was overseas.
That's right.
And my guess is she was probably making in the high hundreds. I'm sure she's one of the more higher paid.
I would think
in
so.
the league. But I mean, when those other leagues overseas can pay you so much money, that's how they supplement their income. Caitlin will not have to do that because of her endorsements. And now
she may choose to do
if
that.
she may choose to do that, and some country over there may, hey, here's $3 million. Maybe she'll do that for a year. Who knows? But she'll be able to control her own destiny because how much money she makes just by herself.
Yep.
The league doesn't. It's just her. But this notion that if she leaves here that her brand's going to suffer, I just don't. That's selling her short, I think.
I agree with you.
I think it's giving Iowa a little bit too much. I mean, Iowa's been great for Caitlin Clark. Don't get me wrong. But would you agree that right now Iowa needs Caitlin more than Caitlin needs Iowa?
At this point, yes.
Yeah. And
I think Caitlin would have done this wherever she went.
I do too, but it wouldn't have had the in-state. No, at Iowa State it would. You imagine if she was at Iowa State?
Sure, it would do.
It would be the exact same
Yes,
thing.
yes.
Those arenas would be packed because hell, they draw. In fairness to them, they consistently over the years have drawn better than Iowa.
Yeah.
But no, if she was now had she gone to Notre Dame, yeah, she'd be a hit. But it wouldn't be the same, I don't think, because it's not in-state. There's something to be said for that in-state appeal. I think that's helped make her brand even bigger. But now she's going nationwide. And but no, I think if I remember correctly, Notre Dame, Iowa State, and Iowa are her final 3 choices. And I know she seriously considered Notre Dame. Obviously,
Yeah.
the Catholic connection. It's a great program. But I don't think it would have. I mean, yes, she would have had it. I just think being in state, though, adds something to it, to the mystique.
Indeed.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, hi. I just wanted to weigh in on Caitlin's WNBA possibilities. What do you guys think? Is it possible that her agent could negotiate her some ownership of a team along with her salary? For example, I thought I read something where somebody was theorizing about that. I think there's an Indianapolis franchise. I'm just going to get you guys' comments on that. Thank you.
Well, I mean, anything's possible. Indiana, the reason they keep mentioning them is they have the first pick in the
That's
draft, right? And, but, you know, I don't know. Are these WNBA franchises, are they big, huge moneymakers?
Obviously not.
I would think that Caitlin, I mean, I'm not sure how much of a wise investment would that be, but I would think in a free market.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Because they want her. The WNBA wants her badly. I mean, like Jim Morgan, they love her madly.
Yeah.
The WNBA loves her madly. That should be her walkout song when she gets her name introduced, is "Love Her Madly" by the Doors.
She
Don't you
gets
agree?
Sick and spews.
Do you think she's ever heard it? Do you think Caitlin Clark's heard of Jim Morrison?
Sure.
Yeah.
You think she has?
Yeah.
I would think so too.
Yeah.
What if she's a huge fan?
No.
I don't think so.
You don't think she is?
No.
No.
You think she likes Taylor Swift more than Jim Morrison?
Yes.
Mandy Perry?
Yes.
More than Jim Morrison?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. David Soul, yes.
See, I can't remember.
I bet she's never heard of David Soul.
Oh, no.
I don't think she's ever heard of
Absolutely
David Soul.
not. No.
Don't give us.
But you do think she's heard of the Doors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's in college.
We find out she's a massive Ray Manzarek fan. She's got posters of him all over her.
He's great.
He's dead.
Yeah, but he
was great.
Yeah, I interviewed him. He was just.
I mean, he was old when the Doors started. He was born in the 30s. He's old.
He was quite a bit older than his bandmates.
Well, he's
wasn't
4 years older than Jim. I mean, he was born in 39.
Just the nicest guy.
Think about that, though. 1968, 69, Ray Manzarek was 30.
He said sometimes Jim was hard to work around.
Yeah. You think?
That's what he's. I mean, he wasn't mean to him at all. But he said.
Well, he was an
would
annoying,
say,
troubled,
But he wouldn't say that. He said sometimes he was very hard to work
Well,
around.
he also knew that they needed him to be the Doors. As bad as he was in some ways, some people didn't like his singing. He was the group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they all were good. I mean, Robbie Krieger, to me, is a very underrated guitar player. I don't know have you listened to his stuff much? Well, you haven't because you don't listen to the Doors, but he's got some
but I've
great guitar
heard
riffs.
all the Doors music.
And I think he's an underrated guitarist. I'm not saying he's one of the best, but I think he was pretty. I think so much focus is on Jim and the theatrics that the other musicians in that band got sometimes overrated.
Well, to me, Ray Manzarek was the Doors.
I mean,
for me.
his keyboard playing is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I see that and I sort of agree, but I mean, I think when most people think of the Doors, right away they go to Jim.
Absolutely correct.
Yeah. I just don't get a lot of their stuff. I don't.
When you get it, you don't understand it?
No, I don't understand the popularity of it. I just don't. I mean, yes.
Very unique sound.
Yeah, I understand that, but I mean, it's, you know.
And I thought his voice
Love
worked.
Madly I liked, Light My Fire,
How
but it's so dated.
How about L.A. Woman? I love that song.
Yeah.
How about the Hyacinth House?
No.
How about...
I'll say that the keyboard intro to Light My Fire just blew my mind. When I heard
It does grab you. You don't like L.A. You don't like
terrific.
L.A. Woman? That's one of my favorites.
L.A. Woman rocks.
I love
See,
it.
you got the key. When I first played the Doors, I played them off of 45. That keyboard was cut short.
Oh yeah, the shortened version of Light My Fire is bad. I don't like listening to it.
Yeah, it was cut real bad.
They didn't play anything. They cut anything long, didn't they?
Well, I got talked to. I didn't really get in trouble because they didn't do anything about it. But I got talked to when Like a Rolling Stone came out, and they were playing like part 2. And one night I went in there and I put part 1 and 2. I spliced it
How
together.
long was the song?
It was 6 minutes and something.
And what was your cutoff? 3, 4 minutes?
Yeah, and I got a call from And then Bobby, and he goes, where'd you get that version? I said, hey, I put it together. Why? I said,
because it's the whole song.
It's a great song.
So now what's the cutoff? Like, what's your, anything over 5? Or
No, I don't have a cutoff.
do you play many 6 and 7 minute songs other than when you don't have to use the bathroom?
Well, Taylor Swift's got a 10-minute song, doesn't she?
We only play the 5-minute song. But that's, because we can't fit it in automation.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have a cutoff. We play.
So you could play Inagata Vida if you wanted to.
Yeah, if I wanted to, I could do anything I goddamn want to.
It's your station.
That's right.
It could be your station, Suter.
Why don't we play Inagata? Do you want to play Inagata Vida?
No, I never want to hear it again.
Hunter, you like that song? Inagata Vida? Hunter,
I don't want to hear.
I mean, I don't hate it, but
it's stupid. It's just a stupid.
It's a stupid death rock, boring ass song.
Yeah,
but the guitarist was only 17 when they cut it. Eric Brand.
I was only 17 when I played it. So what?
Well, playing lead guitar in Inagata Vida is a little more difficult than spinning it on a.
Have you ever tried to spin records?
No.
When you hate them?
No.
Okay.
But no, that's. I mean, I do have I have the album Inagata Vida. I haven't played it for ages.
You
never.
Go home today and just.
I don't have a turntable.
All the way.
I never really did understand the popularity of that song.
Inagata Vida?
Yeah, I never really.
It's just got one of those droning. It's the music ID.
It's kind of
It's just one of those. It's very depressing.
Yeah.
But it's one of those iconic IDs that even non-musicians can glom onto.
Here's your Iron Butterfly or Seals and Crofts. Who you listening?
Seals and Crofts, big time.
All right, Summer Breeze,
easy.
David Soul,
Hummingbird.
I hated those.
I didn't mind Summer Breeze. What are a couple of other songs?
Now, Amy, my daughter Amy, who's into K-pop, just blew me away one day when she said, I really like this song, and played it on her phone, and it was Summer Breeze.
There you go. Summer Breeze. I can hear it right now. Seals and Crofts. I know you're more of an England Dan and John Ford Coley guy, but hey.
No,
but I really like
I just like.
Remember that.
I like Singer.
I don't mind Seeger.
Yeah, I like stuff like that. I like some Deep Purple
Seeger's
stuff.
okay.
I just, Inagata Vida, and we had to play on KFMH. You couldn't play had to pay the 17-minute version.
So what were some of Deep Purple's songs?
Smoke on the Water.
Smoke on the Water, which I did not like. My favorite Deep Purple
That's
song.
another one of those stupid.
Star Trooper.
Another one of those stupid.
Who sings Let It Ride?
Let It Ride, Edgar Winter.
Who's that? Oh, Bachman Turner. Okay.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different Let It Ride.
What's another famous Deep Purple song? Oh, Hush. That's the one I like. Yeah. I like that. I don't like Smoke on the Water.
No, that terrible song. It's one of those songs that guitar players, when they're first learning, they can play immediately.
I just put in that group with like Jackie Blue,
They had a great 2.5 Men episode and it was a thing where the kid could only play Smoke on the Water, and he'd play it all day that band. It drove him.
I gotta put in a vote. I like Woman from Tokyo. I think that's a great song. That's a great song.
That's Deep Purple?
Deep Purple,
yeah.
No, I like that song.
It's okay,
That's
yeah.
great.
I mean,
that's probably the one that I like the best of the 3 songs you mentioned.
Yeah.
But Deep Purple wouldn't be in my top 100.
Top 100 bands?
200.
I don't know if they'd probably be in my top 2. I don't know if I could name 2. I guess I could.
I don't know if I could either, but they wouldn't be there.
But they're not one of my favorites, but I don't hate them. I mean, I like Deep Purple more than the Bee Gees.
I don't hate them, but I didn't like their music.
Yeah, Deep Purple or the Bee Gees?
Bee Gees.
Deep Purple or Ambrosia?
Ambro, what were some of their songs?
That's How Much I Feel.
Ooh.
That's How Much I Feel.
That's all you can sing.
I'd turn off my player.
So you're saying death?
I was not going to play.
Honest to God. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff, and
there's a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah. Well, when I was reading the survey from what was it, 71? I mean,
that was a good year for music.
Yeah, No, it was a good year for some songs.
When Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin 4 came out.
Yes, I understand that, and that was a good year for them. But there was a lot of crap on there.
You know, it was a good year for music. Was 77 and 78. Yeah. Some really good albums came out during those 2 years.
Boston was one.
Well, Dire Straits making. I think Sultans of Swing, I thought, came out in that.
It sounds right. Yeah.
Because I know Making Movies, I think, came out in like 1980 or 81. I really liked that album. But Shakedown Street came out in 78.
Who's that by?
Grateful Dead. And I can't remember when Terrapin's... Hunter, do you know when your Terrapin Station came out? I think it was late 70s. That's probably my favorite Grateful Dead album. You've listened to Terrapin, right, Hunter? You know, the side B, the... kind of the stranger side. Yeah, that's
okay. Let's go down some of the top songs of 1977.
77.
Let's do it.
Okay, that's 13.
Give a Little Bit by Supertramp.
I like that's a Supertramp.
I'll give it a C.
That's a Supertramp song that I like.
C.
Dreams by Fleetwood Mac.
I'll get that a B.
B.
Commodore's Easy.
I'm not into that music, but
B.
I could see why people would like that song.
Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac.
It's a B.
B plus.
Do You Want to Make Love by Peter McCain.
F.
I'd have to
never
hear
heard
it.
of it.
F.
Cold as Ice by Foreigner.
D minus.
C.
Strawberry Letter 23 by the Brothers Johnson.
F.
I'd have to hear it. So anything you haven't heard, you're just giving it an F.
Well, Brothers Johnson wouldn't have done anything.
They did once. Was it Stomp? They had one song that I remember. It was I can't remember the name of it.
Barracuda.
D.
A.
D.
Black is Black by...
I Want My Baby Back?
Bell... I've never heard of it. I can't even...
F.
Heard It in a Love Song by Marshall Tucker.
B.
I'll give that a B. I like that.
Yeah, I did too.
Heard It in...
The Star Wars theme when they were in the cantina.
D minus.
Yeah, fine.
Things We Do for Love, 10cc.
C minus.
I'd give it a grudging B.
Handyman, James Taylor.
A.
I'll give that a C.
Southern Nights by the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra.
D minus. F. Give me that an F.
F them.
Float On by the Floaters.
F.
Never heard of it.
Gotta Give It Up by Marvin Gaye.
I'll give that a C.
Okay.
Your Love Has Lifted Me Higher, Rita Coolidge.
B.
I'll give that a C.
Yeah.
What You Gonna Do, Pablo Cruz.
D.
B.
My Heart Belongs to Me by Barbara Streisand.
F.
I Just Want to Be Your Everything by Andy Gibb.
F.
I'm in You by Peter Frampton.
That's
anything by Peter Frampton is an F.
F. Big F.
Why?
It's terrible.
What's wrong with Peter Frampton?
Just didn't like him.
I like Peter
What do you call that song? I'm in You?
I'm in You.
I'm in you.
It's a very intrusive song.
You're in me.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a terrible song.
It could be.
I'm in you.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Undercover Angel by Alan O'Day.
I remember that song. I'll give it a C minus.
How about Frampton Live?
Undercover Angel.
Ain't Gonna Bump No More by Joe Tex.
F.
I'll give that a D.
I kind of liked it.
F.
Ain't Gonna Bump No More. Sway Into the Music, Johnny.
Slow Dancing?
Big Dick Rivers.
Actually, that was
I'll
pretty
give that
good.
a C.
I'll give it a B.
Yeah. Angel in Your Arms by Hot.
That's got to be an F.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
You and Me, Alice Cooper.
F.
Yeah.
Not an Alice Cooper fan.
I Like Dreaming, Kenny Nolan.
F.
Never heard of it.
Way Down by Elvis.
I Like Dreaming.
Oh, F. Elvis. Which one by Elvis?
Way Down.
Wasn't Elvis almost? He was almost dead, wasn't he?
He died.
That was one of his last singles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll give it a C just because it's Elvis.
Yeah.
Just because it's Elvis.
Yeah.
Devil's Gun by C.J. and Company.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Ariel by Dean Friedman.
F.
Never heard of it. I'm just anything I haven't heard of is getting
Ariel.
Ariel.
Wasn't that Donnie Iris? No, that was Aaliyah. That was a good song.
Oh, I love that song.
I like that song.
Right Time of the Night by Jennifer Warnes.
F.
I'll give it a B minus. I kind of like that song. I don't know why.
Best of My Love, Emotions.
I know I can hear that song in my head. I'll give it a C.
Is that the whoa, whoa?
Yes.
Get the,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll give that a B.
Lost Without Your Love by Bread.
D.
D.
F.
All right. Yeah.
You're My World by Helen Reddy.
F.
F.
Isn't she? I'm Woman, I'm Strong.
I mean, this is all the top 50.
See, that was. I didn't hate I Am Woman.
Yeah, see, things.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it.
Great songs came out in it, but a lot of crap. It was almost like a song, Ronnie Millsap.
Didn't Asia come out in '77 by Steely Dan?
No,
it was right around there.
Well, I don't know when. I thought Asia came out in the '80s.
Oh no, I don't think it came out in the '80s. I could be wrong though. Let me.
You're
look.
talking about
AJ
Steely
album
Dan.
Asia. Not. I'm talking about Steely Dan's album Asia.
Oh,
not the
I
band.
thought you were talking
No,
about
Asia, the miserable band, came out in the early '80s.
Yeah.
I thought Asia, the album AJA, came out in like '77 or '78.
Kenny Nolan, Love's Grown Deep. I never.
Never F.
The Star Wars main
F.
theme.
F.
Don't Worry Baby by B.J. Thomas.
F.
I'll give it a D.
God Save the Queen by the Sex Pistols.
F.
Jet
No.
Airliner, Steve Miller.
I'll give that a C.
Yeah, I'm not a big Steve Miller fan, but
I like Swingtown. It's
Sheena
short.
is a punk rocker by the Ramones.
F. Not a Ramones
for
fan.
sure.
Yeah.
Didn't like, Hunter, you like the Ramones? Yeah, I just
Rush, Closer to the Heart.
I'll get that a C.
It's a heartache by
F.
Yeah,
that
total F.
Kim? No, is that
Kim
Bonnie?
Carnes?
Yeah.
Kim Carnes. No F.
Terrible song.
Patience, callers.
You're making somebody wait through this?
Yeah.
That's not very nice.
Okay, a few more.
That's radio abuse.
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of crap.
So we have a call?
Huh?
No.
We had a call.
Oh,
They
you don't.
bailed.
I'm going to look and see what year Asia came out.
I hate, I like the album, but Asia itself.
The song?
Yeah.
I don't hate it like you do, but my favorite is Deacon Blues. I love Deacon
Deacon Blues is
okay,
great. That's another song we played at 7 minutes and 22 seconds.
And do you think any Iowa fans have done the joke Deacon Blues when the football team was struggling this year?
I hadn't thought about that.
I hadn't until people.
I've heard it.
I've had a couple people.
I heard the pork chop hill and the hamburger hill.
That's mean.
I know, but I heard it.
But again, I do think he.
Somebody in the chat room said G.G. Allen, the big floater.
That wasn't released in that year, though.
Well, hello.
Bread gets a D. You've got to be effing kidding me.
I gave it an F.
Both of you say,
Captain gave it an
I
F.
know you did, Captain.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But a D?
What song was it?
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter. Anything from Bread sucks. A D?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to F.
And yet you'll give Alice Cooper an F.
Yes,
but
I don't.
Bread a D.
I guess I could have given Alice Cooper a D. I mean, they're in the same.
Oh, I would take Bread over Alice Cooper
probably,
any day.
I would
Well,
too.
we know you're like Scooch used to work there when it was a pussy station, so that's all right. We know we accept that with you. But
Clones, you like Clones, Mace? That's a great song.
Mr. Pink Floyd over there, he's got a problem. Likes Bread. I
don't
whatever.
like. Well, there's
All
a couple Bread songs that I can.
Me too.
I don't mind.
See, that's where I am. There were a couple Bread songs that I kind of liked.
How about Diary?
I found.
Yeah, Asia came out on September 23rd, 1977.
I found.
I'm surprised
your
Deacon Blues wasn't on that list.
I found your diaphragm beneath a tree.
Deacon Blues was never released as a single?
I
didn't realize that.
I got yelled at for that.
Yeah, they never released Deacon Blues as a single. I wonder why.
7 minutes and 22 seconds.
Great song.
And you can't really edit it, and why would you? Yeah.
See, but I heard that on radio
all the
play.
time.
Well, like a station like KFMH or like.
But the best song on that album, in my opinion, is "Home at Last." I love that song.
Okay.
I love that song.
I like Katie Lied.
Yeah, that's on a different album.
Yeah,
there's an
but
album
I like
called
that
Katie.
song.
Oh yeah, I mean all their stuff is.
Yeah.
But okay, but yeah, I'm sticking with the D. Tom, you're with me?
On that song, no, I think I went F.
Maybe that song's an F. I mean, but I don't like Diary. I'm not.
No.
That's not. There's one or two songs by Bread that I can
I
tolerate.
can't tolerate anything he's ever done.
But there's nothing by Alice Cooper that I ever heard that I liked.
Clones?
Did he do? Did he do Schools Out?
Yeah, I never.
Oh,
I
did like Schools Out.
I did not like that. I just
Schools Out forever.
Well, because School was not out forever when it came out, and he was teasing us. We still had to go.
Elected? You didn't like Elected?
I'd have to hear it.
I want to be elected.
I just said his music just never really appealed to me.
No. Although I did like Schools Out. I will admit it.
Mace.
How about Smoking in the Boys' Room? That's Brownville Station, right? Smoking in the...
And then Motley Crue.
They did their version?
Yep.
Gee, I missed that.
I didn't mind that song.
I never heard their version.
Did you like it, Mace?
I'm more fascinated by Pat's I've never heard it.
I haven't. I've never. Well, I don't.
It was played all the time. You had to have heard it.
Maybe I did, but I wasn't consciously hearing it and knowing what it was because I can't stand Motley Crue.
Okay, here you know the hook. Smoking in the boys' room.
Yeah, but I don't know. The last time I think I heard that was Alice Cooper. I don't remember ever listening to Motley Crue do that. Maybe I did. Or Brown, yeah. But I guess Motley Crue did a remake of it. Did you ever see?
They did.
Yeah, I don't recall.
And it was a hit in the 80s.
And I very easily could have heard it in the background somewhere, but I wasn't. Oh wow, Motley Crue! I just, like I said, I can't stand that band. I put them together with Guns N' Roses and Poison and Rat and all that.
Rat round and round.
Hey, we bought Rat's PA.
Guns N' Roses. You have a problem with Guns N' Roses?
I don't like them. I mean, I don't just. I mean, not. I just don't like their music. That's Axl Rose, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Now the November Rain, I can listen to that. I can listen to that with that one. But I'm just not into heavy metal. I never have been, and that's just me. But you're not into heavy metal, are you?
No.
And then people will say, "Well, how can you like Led Zeppelin?" Well, I don't consider Led Zeppelin '80s hair band heavy metal.
They're not
different. It's just different.
They're not that.
Yeah. You think Roger Waters listens to Bread?
Money.
Diary.
Yeah, I found my diary beneath a tree. Jesus. What a...
I still think we got to try to get Roger on.
Yep, Mace.
Yeah. Wow.
How long do you think your interview with Roger Waters would last until you both were just screaming at each other? Because he fights back. I've seen him.
21 seconds.
Yeah, wouldn't you want to hear that, though? Wouldn't you want to hear?
No.
You wouldn't want to hear him?
I don't have any interest in Roger.
Well, I don't have any interest in him, but I would like to see he and Captain insult each other. I think that would be really good radio.
Wouldn't that be? I found your diary beneath the tree.
Roger Waters' next album will be a remake of Bread's. But no, I've just never been. I mean, the 80 hair bands, were you into them?
Not really.
I'm not knocking them. I mean, they made a bunch of money. I just never.
There were some decent songs.
None of the sounds ever worked for me.
There were some decent songs.
Like, did you ever listen? I'm not Slipknot's not, but like I've never understood the attraction to Slipknot. I know they're from Iowa. Hell, they used to live. They used to live. The lead singer used to live 5 doors down from my sister in Des Moines. I don't think he does anymore, but I never understood the appeal to that band.
No, that's way too heavy for me. I don't do it.
Hello.
Good morning, guys.
Hey.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Been following along in the background as I'm doing other things. I'm really surprised on the list that Queen wasn't in there because Queen came out in 19...
Oh, that's right. Queen in 1977. Didn't they have an album come out that year? I don't recall you naming a Queen song.
I thought I did.
No, Queen came out with the album, I think it was News of the World.
What was on it? We Will Rock You? Okay.
Which, that was not one of my favorite Queen songs.
No.
I mean,
no.
Yeah, we are the champions.
And that wasn't one of my favorite Queen songs either.
No, those are their anthemic songs.
Yeah, they're just anthems.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to finish up my story, and then I'll let you go because I know you're up against the clock. But one of my funniest stories when I was working at the station was that when Steve, do you remember the old Denon? Did you have Denon CD players?
No,
I used to have one at one time.
No, we never did.
Years ago.
Well, you're talking about the ones that you had to put the CD in the cartridge.
In the cartridge, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a demonstration. They sent us a demo model, and right off the bat, very seriously, we put the CD in this cartridge, and then so you wouldn't.
I don't remember doing that.
Because it wasn't a home thing; it was a broadcast.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so you put the CD in the cartridge, and then you put the cartridge in the player, so you never touch the surface.
Yep.
This CDs were going to blind you. That was the big thing, but yet they couldn't read a CD. So you'd put it in the cartridge, and the first time we put it in, the cartridge crumbled. And I go, I don't think this is the way to go. Very seriously.
Yeah. So when I started, we had our 8 tracks or our cards that were lined up that we would do commercials on. But then we had 3 Denon CD players up that you literally had to sit there and rotate 1, 2, 3, and you had to sit there through everything. And I was working the PM drive, and I forgot to turn it from continuous from We Will Rock You to We Are the Champions. And I said, okay, I'm going to go out for a smoke. And I said, I got 6 minutes here. And I forgot to turn it to continuous. Well, I come back in 4 or 5 minutes later, and we're off the air. And Winky is absolutely just screaming at me. I mean, I just he called me up on the phone. So yeah, that was the first time that I ever really just completely messed up.
Well, Winky, yeah, and Anthony passed away on this date.
I saw that.
2008. And
I was thinking about him also.
Yeah, so Anthony, well, there's a guy shooting by KXIC. We got this at night, and we didn't know who it was. And then the next morning, Anthony gets the police reports, and it's Winky, and he's saying that somebody shot his window out.
Who's Winky?
He was the general manager.
Okay.
Steve Winky.
You guys have completely lost me here.
Well, he was shooting at ducks over the interstate.
Okay.
And he was going back in the station. And he tripped, and his shotgun
Just to clarify really quick, it wasn't Winky that was shooting, correct?
Well, that's what we thought.
Okay.
Yeah. And so he shot his window and shot into the floor. Well, anyway, Anthony gets news of this because he knew the overnight person or something. So he goes out there and he's doing a live remote, and saying what's happening. Winky just called up. Yeah, you will never have a license as long. He's going to pull my license. I want to speak to your lawyer. And I said, well, I don't have a lawyer. I said, get a lawyer, then I gotta answer other lawyers. Yeah. He was just blowing away.
I didn't know the full story, but to be honest with you, the bullet hole is still in the wall in the GM's office.
Hey, thanks a lot.
That's funny.
Talk to you later.
I had forgotten about that story, but yeah.
But yeah, Anthony went there. Anthony was. Remember when there were 2 people at the City Hall that were sneaking away, screwing around?
And snogging?
Yeah. Uh-huh. And then Anthony goes there. We had backphones then. And he goes right outside the room when they come out.
Hey, not to change the subject, but before we're done, we should send our thoughts out to the people in Perry, Iowa.
Oh, God.
I mean, I know Fran started his press conference yesterday by sending his thoughts out there. I just saw something on Twitter. Update, the daughter of Prairie High School principal Dan Marburger has told Local 5 that her father is stable and will be in and out of surgery for the next couple days and weeks.
Listen,
he was a hero.
And it surprised me because Perry, Iowa's, I don't know that we're the over-the-air signal out there, but we were getting stuff before it was announced from people in Perry that was like Facebook messaging me. And just how ridiculous. And thoughts and prayers and,
Meaningless.
So goddamn sick of
Lowered
that.
flag means nothing.
Yeah, means nothing.
But-
And
But it's not going to change. I mean,
no, it's not going to change.
the first thing DeSantis came out and said is, I don't think we need to take guns away from law-abiding citizens.
Well, he doesn't want a
And
waiting
there's a
period.
lot of people that just agree with that.
They have a waiting period in Florida, and he wants to get rid of it.
Yeah, and the waiting period helps a little, but it doesn't help much. And like I said, it's
It's
just like the
something,
border,
but-
man. I don't think it's something we're ever going to resolve. And to be honest with you, like I said, as far as the border, I don't think the Republicans want that resolved because it's a key talking point for them.
Well, the
during
Senate
elections.
has got a
I know,
bipartisan bill.
I
It's
know,
a bipartisan
but they're not going
bill,
to pass it,
and they won't pass it
because they know that if they pass it, one guy even came out and I saw it on Twitter. One of their politicians came. I'll be honest with you. If we do this, it's going to help Biden in the election, and we can't do that. So this talk about they're doing it they're all doing it for self-preservation. And for their political agendas and
truth,
like I've said before, I think the border's a mess. We got to figure something out.
It has been a mess for 60 years.
But I just don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think
they don't want to get.
They don't want to get.
Yes,
it
the
fixed.
Democrats had a chance to do something too,
and they didn't do it.
Yeah, they just don't do it. It's just one, But the worst thing they did, and it's extortion. But the worst thing is when Trump canceled the money going to these countries. And it's a sizable amount of money. But we're basically paying them to be nice to their citizens and to control the gangs. And when he stopped the money, let her rip down there. So they have to get out of there.
But prior to that, though, there were still problems.
There's always been. Oh,
absolutely.
These
There's
third
always
world
been.
nations, I mean, they're a mess. People don't want to live there.
There's always, Reagan was trying to do something, and nobody would go
But I
along
just think
with
it's
him.
to the point now where it's just a key political talking point, and it just recycles every.
It's like guns. It's just going to go on and on and on.
I mean, I just feel. I mean, what there was one victim, right? A kid, a sixth grader, was there for a breakfast.
Yeah.
Thing. I mean, it's just so sad.
It's ridiculous.
I guess if there is a bright side, at least only one person was killed. I mean, I guess that's the only. But to that family, I know that doesn't mean anything. I get that. And
pisses me
my
off.
thoughts and prayers are with that family.
But I mean, what pisses me off is when immediately afterward
they try to find out what the political affiliation is, or whether he's trans or this and that. Yes,
well, but
that happens all the time.
What
Both sides do it.
Torques me off is this town will come together and get over this. Well, maybe the town.
The family won't.
Yeah, the families are not going to get over it. The kids that went through it aren't going to get over it. Quit doing this.
The kid who got killed's not going to get over it.
Yeah, it's like Boston strong. Now Perry strong. No, Boston will go on. Perry will go on. But there's a lot of effed up people.
But when you
that are
have
gonna
these mass
deal with
shootings
it.
now, the first thing that happens on social media is the tribes wait to see what this person's affiliation was, and if it's something that they can exploit, they do it. They just wait to see what it is, and if it goes against their political narrative, then hey, look, see, this is it's just nonsense.
It's ridiculous.
And,
I agree.
And that's social media.
It accomplishes nothing.
Social media has done. Do you think it's done more harm than good to society?
Way more harm
I do. I
than
think it's
good.
done way more harm.
I do, yeah.
It does a lot of good. Don't get me wrong. You can raise money for good causes, and like you get on there and show pictures of your dogs and whatever. But it can be. But I think it's done way more harm.
Yep.
That's just my opinion.
And now the dog turns her head.
She's
When
probably
I go to
tired of
take
being
her
exploited.
picture- seriously. I'm going to take her picture now.
Gets a better angle?
No, she just turns her head. She doesn't want me to.
Away? Oh, turns her head away.
Yeah.
Is there a flash? Maybe she's turning away from the flash.
No, there's no flash. She just has had it with me.
Well, remember, we will have Don on Monday to talk about the
National Championship
game, which is Monday. Do you have a feeling who's going to win? I
No,
think Michigan.
I really don't. I kind of think Michigan.
But I think I'm doing that because it's Big Ten, it's Michigan, and I still think Washington. We'll see. I mean, they've been dynamic this year, but I just have a feeling Michigan's going to be able to run the ball on Washington, and if they do, they're going to be hard to beat if they have play action, and if they're able to run for between 125 and 175, I think Washington's in trouble.
So do you think that? What was I going to say? Do you think Harbaugh is going to take that huge Michigan contract?
I don't know because I still think Harbaugh. I still think the NFL's in the back of his mind. You know, I mean, he's been at Michigan for a while now. I mean, what was it, 10 years, $125 million?
I think that's what I saw. Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to get that in the NFL, I don't believe. But he's made so much money now to where, I don't know. Now, the other thing with Harbaugh, in kind of response to a previous caller about Caitlin Clark, what if an NFL organization offers him some ownership?
Yeah.
You never know. It would depend on how much they want him. I mean,
we don't know what he wants. I mean, it's going to depend
what
his triggers are.
He can make $11 million. I'm guessing if an NFL team hires him, he's going to make upwards 8, 9. He's going to make a ton of money.
But he's not going to get 10 years.
He won't get 10 years. No, there's not going to give him 10 years guaranteed. And that, that's something that could end up costing Michigan down the road.
Sure could.
You don't know how long he's going to be able to keep up this pace, but it's going to be interesting to see. I'm 50-50 on whether Harbaugh returns to Michigan next year.
Yeah,
now, the Bears, I was thinking the Bears might be in the market, but the Bears have actually, if they beat Green Bay, they will have finished 8-9 this year. And they've shown some progress under this Matt Eberflus, I believe is his name. So I think he's bought himself another year. It's going to be interesting to see what the Bears, don't the Bears have the first pick?
The Bears.
In the draft? And a lot of people are saying Caleb, the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams, but why would the Bears do that if they're invested in Justin Fields? I mean, Justin Fields to me really came on this year. I think he's got a chance. So, like I said, I'm pleasantly surprised that the Bears are 7-9 right now. They play Green Bay. They could keep Green Bay out of the playoffs, right? If they win, if they beat Green Bay, I'd like to see Green Bay almost make the playoffs though, just to shut up Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he put out some statement the other day. He said something that he's doing it to just piss off the Bears. Because I think knowing the way his mind works, he probably wants the Bears to win because he seems so petty and vindictive. He wouldn't want Green Bay to have success the year after he's gone. But
I think you're onto something.
I just can't stand him. You know, and everyone says, oh, he's the greatest quarterback ever. No, he's not. You don't do as bad in the playoffs as he's done. And he's nowhere near Tom Brady as far as accomplishments.
Nowhere near.
He's as good a thrower. He's maybe even more talented. But Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers never rose to the occasion hardly ever, other than the 1 year they made it as a wild card team. They made a run.
I said something on the air once about Tom Brady, and that he is the greatest.
He's the most accomplished.
Somebody called me and said, he supports Trump. How could you be for?
Who cares? So does Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, what the hell does that have to do with what kind of a quarterback he is?
Tom Brady's by far the most accomplished quarterback. He went to 10 Super Bowls, won 7 of them.
Yeah. No, there's no.
I mean,
no competition.
Joe Montana went to 4 and won all 4. You could argue back and forth. I mean, I'd take either one. But Brady, just his endurance, his stamina, the fact that he played for so long. Because, Brady also he had 13 years in the NFL where he didn't win a Super Bowl. Think about that, because he played for 20
unbelievable.
Yeah, that's more than most quarterbacks. He might hold the record for most Super Bowls and most seasons without a Super Bowl. I mean, he played 23 years in the NFL. But Aaron Rodgers had a chance last year to get in the playoffs, and they lost their last game. He's just – and Pat McAfee pays him millions of dollars out of his own money. If I'm ESPN, I don't know why they won't put an end to that, because if Jimmy Kimmel sues, man, they got problems. Because his name's not on that flight list.
No.
If it was, it would already be out.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He said it. He's not going to say it if it – yeah. And his name – on the real list wasn't.
No, I mean, so.
But now you got all this crap with the fake list.
Oh, there's fake lists all over the
place. Yeah,
it's just.
And I mean, I've seen Harry Truman, Pee Wee Herman. I mean, honest to God.
I've seen some funny ones, too.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman.
Have you seen Jim Morrison on any of them?
No.
Okay. But, yeah, it's just the whole thing is just, I mean, when you think about what it's all about, it's pretty sickening.
Yeah.
It's pretty sickening. That guy had serious issues, but we've been all over the place.
Yeah.
All over the place.
2 hours. We've been here for 2 hours doing this.
Yes, and now we want to go pee.
Me too. I'll let you go.
I have to do that, too.
That poor toilet's going to be busy.
All right.
Toilet. I'm going outside because Steve's going.
Are you going to go in there and hibernate?
10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got a long song coming up.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. HawkFanatic.com. Check it out. It's free.
From the Harty and Stalker Studios.